Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Who is in the house? Can you hear me? If you are in the comment section, you can hear me. Please say hello. I want to know that people can hear. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our live. I've been looking forward to tonight, and I'm sure a lot of you have been looking forward to having Sam and Omo-Tee back. Can you hear me? Guys, please confirm if you can hear me. Okay, thank you, Hassan. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so I am here tonight with the lovely Omo-Tee and her darling husband, Mr. Sam Olu. How many of you were here the other day when Mr. Sam just got on this show and he broke all the chairs and the tables? He broke all the chairs and the table, and all the ladies in the house were like, eh, eh, eh. And then we started looking for his wife. As God will have it, his wife was here too. And we said we have to hear from her. And she was gracious enough to speak to us. Were you here that day, guys? You remember Sam? Samolu and his wife. Okay. Everybody say yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I've got them. That day in fact, the way I got Omo-Tee to agree, I told her to agree before I was asked. I said, say yes, say yes. Come on, say sisters. I hope you guys are listening. I need you because this is your person. This is your friend, so you need to come and ginger her. Come along, go. Come and ginger her because we're in a lecture tonight. Welcome everybody. So some housekeeping before we begin. You can hear my guest in the background. So before we begin, let me remind you to please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? No, let this express pass you by you. So jump on it by subscribing and please put your notification on so that whenever we drop a video or when we do a live stream, you will get a notification and join us. Thank you so much, everyone. And as usual, thank you to everyone in the studio. And those who will be joining us later, please respect our guests. They are here to educate us. People always say, oh, all these stories, people are sharing, so much as if all obodoyibo marriages are doomed. So for a change, we got something that will uplift people's spirit tonight. We got a couple that their marriage are actually working, and we want to learn from them because it's always good to be learning. Omoye is always telling us about learning and unlearning and growing. So we want to learn what Sam and his missus are doing right that is making their marriage to be sweet. That's what we're here for tonight. Okay? So if you are joining us, please give this video a thumbs up. You're all welcome. I always salute. Fancy face, I salute you, my sister. God bless you, sis. You're welcome. So help me to welcome Sam Olu and Omo-Tee.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
Hi everyone. Good evening.
You're welcome, my people. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. I appreciate you, and I say a very big thank you. You are going to be helping a lot of people today. Thank you so much. So, I'm going to start with you. Sam, you told us
Okay.
on that video, you said that when you got married, your wife Omo-Tee was here in the UK. You were in Nigeria. And you came and joined her. And you told us that before you came here, you were a banker, you had people working for you. You know, you were like a man's man in Nigeria in the traditional way of a man that doesn't need to do any of the things that we expect men to do in this part of the world. Because we all know that the dynamics of marriages here in the abroad and in Nigeria is different. And I've tried to say this in a lot of ways, in a lot of times, that you cannot conduct your marriage or your relationship the same way you do in Africa over here in the diaspora. A lot of people have a problem with that. They say, oh, African women come here and they change. They are not the same anymore. Right. So tell us your experience when you came to join your wife here. How was it for you initially before things started to change?
Okay.
Sam, hold
Thank
on.
you everyone.
Before you carry on, let's just put a disclaimer out there. Guys, we are not saying we are the perfect couple. We, in that imperfection, we're trying to make this institution work ourselves. We are not a marriage counselor. We are not the perfect couple on earth. So please just, hear us in how, our experience, in the last 12 years, and hopefully you guys can grab one or two things from it. So I just like to put that out there before
Omo-Tee,
yeah.
thank you very much for the disclaimer. You are not a marriage counselor. You are not calling police every day. They are not beating anybody in your house.
No,
Eh?
at all.
Nobody's running to shelter. Nobody's running to call domestic hotline. You say you are not
No.
a marriage counselor.
Exactly.
Today you are a marriage counselor. Mhm. You are a marriage
Sam,
counselor today.
all right,
Okay,
if you
go
say so,
on, my
baby.
brother.
Go on, Sam.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lady B, for inviting us to this wonderful program. I've been watching your program for a long time, and I do make comments on sometimes on some of the show you have always been doing, and a lot of time you make comments under my comment, and so I am not new to your platform. Let me just, like my wife said, we're not married counselor, and so she has, and we're just sharing our experience. People can learn from it and take one or two things from it. So,
Absolutely.
so to start with, before I came to join my wife, I've been coming to UK before. We even got married, I've been coming to UK on holiday. So in one of those journey, no, we actually my wife used to be my junior in secondary school. So somehow we met back on Facebook, and one of my journey on when I came on holiday. So that's how everything started, and the rest is history. We got married.
Mm-hmm.
So our first 4 years of marriage, I used to was living in Nigeria, still working. My wife would come to Nigeria. Sometimes I would come. So we both used to come. She comes to Nigeria while I also come to UK in all our visits, and getting to. That's how we've been doing it. Maybe in a year we see ourselves about 3 4 times in a year. So that how it's been done. So when I came to UK in 2015, finally, when my wife was, we had a daughter before now had the twins. So when my wife was pregnant with the twins, so he said, I don't have a choice now. I have to come to UK. I have to relocate to UK. So I came in September 2015. So that is, when I really settled down in my marriage with my wife. Most of the time we used to stay, the highest we stayed together was about 2 3 months, I think 3 months
Mm,
during those 4 years that we, stay together. So
mm.
those times it's still like honeymoon to us. So,
Yeah.
you just see each other, we take responsibility. When she comes to Nigeria, I make her comfortable. When I come, she makes me comfortable. So we've always been doing that. So when I now came around in 2015, and let me say, before I came, like I said, I was working in the banking industry, and as a person, the only thing that nobody does for me is my job at work. Every other thing, I have people that I pay that do. I have somebody that will come to my house to come and clean it for me. I pay maybe every week comes to come and clean my house. Even to wash a plate is a very difficult task to me. I was so useless. I can't even do washing of plates. I will
Ah.
just use all the pain, leave it there. Because there
Mm,
was a time a friend was living with me he was not working, but he was staying with me. So he was the one doing all those things until he left. So he left a year before I left Nigeria. So I had to employ somebody to come and do all those things for me. I have dry cleaner that come and take my clothes. I don't even take it. He will come and take it and bring it back every 2 weeks. I pay. I have somebody to wash my car, take it to car wash mechanic that come out. So I was just living that that Nigerian lifestyle
Sam,
that
ìwọ ń jayé ọlọ́ba. Sam, ìwọ ń jayé ọlọ́ba.
exactly that kind of life that as long as you can afford it, you don't
Mm.
have to
Do anything
you,
yourself. Mm-hmm.
yes, that is how it's been for me. So when I now came to London, and my wife just delivered twins, then two boys. So when I got to London, my wife now, so I know, so she now decided to. She just told me, "Oh, you are going to be doing the cleaning in the bathroom. I'll be doing this. Share the work." I said, "What did you just say?" I mean, I said, "Really?" He said, my wife said, "No, no problem. You're just coming. I think you've got a lot of pounds on it. You can employ somebody that come and be doing it. You pay £10 per hour. That's the cheapest you can get." Maybe I said, as you know, I was it was shocking to me, that I have to start doing all these things myself. Initially, it was a bit of struggle.
Mm.
I was feeling like, oh, why did I resign? Why I should have taken leave of absence? Maybe I should have just gone back.
Gone back to your
You
work
know,
where you are
yes,
oga
I said,
kata.
yeah, I said, and I've resigned now. So what will I do? Oh my God. So, and that was how it's all. We quarrel. The only thing is that if I have a disagreement with my wife, I've never reported my wife to anybody. The only person I've ever reported my wife to is her mom. Never, not even a friend. Nobody knows. I have never, even my family, I have never say anything that, oh, my wife does it. No, I don't. I never did. So the first 1 year when I came, it was a bit of struggle.
Mm.
But she too was she too was a very my wife. Let me say, my wife is a bit is she's strict, but
Mm.
she also encouraged me. We will argue, we will do something, we settle. But I being the kind of person that always that has I have this attitude of saying sorry when we quarrel.
Oh,
I
that's so
so
sweet.
so I will make sure that we settle our differences, and I make sure that our differences doesn't last more than 24 hours. When we fight, we settle and this thing. And the first 1 year when I came, and when I first came, I was at home for like 4 months. In between then, I traveled to US to go and see a friend. I came back. So I was looking for a job. I was so frustrated. I've never been out of job for 1 month.
Hmm.
Also, I wanted to just go and take any job. I said, even if it is care, security, let me go and do it. My
Hmm.
wife, one thing my wife said, never, not my husband, you will never do. He said, it's better you take your time and look for the right job you want
Hmm.
than go and take any other, because the moment you enter those type of job, it's very difficult to come out. I'm
Hmm.
not shaming anybody doing those jobs. They are very good job. No,
Hmm.
no, there is dignity in labor. But I just want
Yes.
to go and I am not comfortable being the kind of man that I will sit down there. My wife will now
Be
be paying the
working.
bills, because
Yes.
as time goes on, all the money the pounds I got from Nigeria,
It's finished. It's
it's
finished.
almost getting that. And my wife is now be responsible for the bills, the whole bills. So,
Hmm.
but I got a job in the first 4 months, but the job was not actually paying very well. It's not even half of the salary my wife was earning. So my wife, for those, let me say, the first is it 15 months, my wife was the one paying most of the bills. So when I got that job, I was also paying based on the percentage of. But over time, my wife said, so they wanted to offer me a permanent role on that job that I was doing. I was working in the office in a care company. We recruit carer to work, but I was working as the administrator. I was the one calculating the time sheet, allocating job to the carers, and they wanted to offer me a permanent role. And the pay was somehow. I discussed with my wife. I said, no, you can't take that kind of pay. So the CEO say, if I don't take permanent, they are going to let me
Let you
go, because
go.
they don't want
Yeah.
they don't want to pay me. And my wife and I, we sat down. She said, sit down at home. This job is not even adding anything. You are more than this. Take time to develop yourself, do training, and then you can. I don't care. At least my salary can pay the bills for now.
Hmm.
So I don't care.
Yeah.
Stay at home. Within that period, I got one temporary job that I did for like 2 months. Then another job did not come in project management. I was at home for like another 4 months before I got a new one. My wife never for once told me that, "You go and do this, go and do that." So during those periods, I have started developing myself. I watch video about how to support your family, those things. My wife go to work, before she comes, I will have prepared our lunch, do all those things, stay with the kids. And during that time, two of our twins, we took them to Nigeria. We took our twins to Nigeria because we couldn't. If we need to put them in nursery, we are going to pay about £1,200 each for each, and that will be 2,000 for two of the twins. And grandma came to was going back to Nigeria there, so we just asked her to take them with her. They were 18 months. They were in Nigeria for like a year. That was the sacrifice.
Who did you take them to?
My wife's mom, their grandma, my wife's mom. She used to come to UK, spend 6 months, go back there. So when she was going back, so she asked to take them back to with her to Nigeria. They were in Nigeria for one. So within that 1 year, I was able to get the right job. Then over time, I began, because I was working as a contractor. So I usually change jobs 6 months, and before you know it, my income begins to the extent my income doubles to what my wife was earning. So I was able to really, play that role financially, and everything, both in house or taking care of kids and everything. And that is how things begin to work out. And how did I get to to that level? It is not only about just it's not a change that happens overnight. I go online, watch YouTube videos about families. I am not a religious person, but there are certain pastors that I listen to online
Before
that
we come
I
to
did.
that, yeah. Before we come to
Yes,
that,
okay, okay.
Sam, thank you very much. Thank you
Mm,
for giving us a background. I want to come to Omo-Tee. Omo-Tee, are you
Yeah,
there? Thank you,
I'm
thank you,
here. Yeah.
thank you, my love. I
Mm-hmm.
want to touch on what your husband said about how you had to, because your children were young and you
Yeah.
needed to look for a job. Because I know what it means for a man, especially a man that is doing well in Nigeria, not Mongo Park that has no job, that is suffering in
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria. This is a man that was doing well for himself
Yep.
in Nigeria. He had to leave
Mm-hmm.
his job because his family was here, which was very important that he comes here to join you, because with
Yep.
one kid you could manage, but
Yep.
you got twins, so it's not going to be easy to
Yep.
manage three kids on yourself by yourself. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand why why he had to come here. But I want to ask you, how was it easy for you to, let your children go to Nigeria to go and live with your mom? I mean, was it something that you struggled with, or was it something that how did you manage to navigate that both of you agreed? Because sometimes these things, because if your husband does not agree, it will not work. If
Oh
you
yeah.
do not agree, it will not work. It has to be something that both of you agree. How did you come to
Yep.
that?
Right. Lady B, thanks for this opportunity. And how we got to that point was, as Sam has said, when he first came here, a struggle. We had a lot of fights. Because of your house, you are talking to me like this. You are asking me to do. I said, listen, Oga, if you don't like it, go back to Nigeria. you know. So in the beginning, it was rough, but over the time, we're able to work things out. And like you rightly said, the first few months was a bit rough, and I didn't just want him to go and pick up any job because I knew what he left behind in Nigeria.
Right.
So picking up, I mean, security care. I'm sorry, I'm not here to bash anybody doing those jobs. Like you said, there's dignity in labor. But I
Yeah.
was ready to let him pick up any job. I said to him, listen, take your time, get the right job, because once you get in kind of job to get out, it's going to be so it takes time. And then when we're picking up gradually for him, and I realized that, okay, I'm going back to work after like 15, 13, 14 months of maternity leave. So I was going back to work. My mom was around at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
because what he was making at the time wasn't enough to be able to cover the nursery bill, I just came up with the idea. I just and I did. Since my mom is going back, why don't
Mm-hmm.
we take the boys to Nigeria now until you are settled and everything is okay, then we can then now bring them back.
Hmm.
In the beginning, I struggle. I'm like, oh God, oh God, a year. So yes, and we talked about it and I say that's fine. And as God will have it, my mom was going back. I booked the ticket for myself, my daughter, going. So we're in Nigeria for 6 weeks.
So the
So
three children went with your mom.
no, no, no. All of us went together, but my boys stayed back. The daughter came back with me.
Okay, your daughter
Yeah,
was
because
older at this point.
was
Yeah.
older, yeah. So because she was already in nursery, she was
Okay.
preparing to go to reception. So
Okay.
I struggled, but the decision both of us, we both agreed. Okay, £1,400 a month is a lot of
It's a
money.
lot. Two children.
Two
Hmm.
exactly is a lot. So
Hmm.
yes, we both agreed. and we took them to Nigeria. Not from once those kids lacked anything in Nigeria. So after 11 months, within that 11 months, I've started picking up for both of us. So yes, we're back together as a family, and
Yeah, thank
yeah.
you. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you so much, Omo-Tee. I'm gonna come back to you, brother Sam. You
Okay.
said something just now that struck me.
Mm,
You said, I'm the kind of man that I will always apologize. I don't want, argument to linger.
yeah.
A lot of men struggle with that word apology, whether they are right or wrong. Some African brothers struggle because of either ego or pride, or because of how we're raised with this patriarchy that the man is the head, the man is always right, the women have to submit, the woman have to do this and do that. But you said that you always want to make things right when you have an argument. Where did you
Mhm.
learn that from?
Okay. Let me say I can't I didn't learn that from my father, because my father was a bit far from my mom, so there is no um they don't really fight. They don't fight. So I can't say my father said sorry to my mom. So I didn't learn that one. But it was a personal decision. There was a 1 year New Year revolution. I went to church then, so we were praying. So and that you want to make a New Year resolution. And something struck me. I said, my New Year resolution is that there's nothing anybody will do to me in this life that I will not forgive him. I may
Hmm,
not, be friend again. I may, be far away from you, but in my mind, I've forgiven you. And two, I also develop. I said, going forward, I want to develop an attitude of saying sorry, no matter what. Even if I am wrong, I will say sorry. And I made that promise even before I even get married.
hmm,
So when I got married, so it was something that was easier for me to, to do. It's something that I have intentionally developed, that trying to say sorry, although not initially I started saying sorry, but when I remember that, remember you promised yourself you are going to be doing this,
hmm,
then I begin to make conscious efforts to
hmm,
always, when I say and when we have argument, my wife will, as the way women are always very emotional, she wouldn't want to say sorry to me first, but I will say sorry. After I say sorry, I will now say, you are the one that I love, you need to say sorry to me. And when she will say sorry, we laugh about it. And that has always been the way I have. And even now, I have even, influenced her that she too now, before I even say sorry, she too will even tell me sorry. Sometimes,
hmm.
when we go at each other.
So
So
you've shown her by example humility,
yes,
and
yes,
how it is good for you to apologize, just
exactly.
for peace to reign, so that you can, instead of, because what it is, I am talking a bit more about this because grudges have a way of building. No, I'm not going to lie to you, Sam.
Exactly.
There are some things that, and women, we know they forget. We don't forget. A woman can bear grudge for 20 years. Okay? So grudges has a way of building up and impacting on relationship negatively. Because when a woman has a grudge, or when somebody has a grudge against you, whatever you do will irritate them, it will make them angry. They will just vex for no reason. So you taught her by example, because of that commitment you made to God, that you're going to, you're not going to harbor any unforgiveness in your heart, that you will easily say, I'm sorry. Now, because of your leadership in that area, you've taught your wife how to say, I am sorry.
Sorry.
And you say
Mm.
she's doing it. Even without you saying sorry now, she will say, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow. Wow. Well
Exactly.
done. Well done to you, Sam. Well done. That's because forgiveness is one key, one area where some couple, if you call them and tell them, you sit them down with a therapist and say, what grudge do you have? Iliashu, Iliamo, they will continue to narrate. They'll be narrating things that they've not forgotten. In 1999, this is what you did to me. Some people will even write it down and say, this is what you did to me. But I don't blame them because, I'm kind of like that in a way. I said it the other day that there's something that my husband did in 2016 or 2006, not 16, 2006 that he did. But because the way a woman's mind processes things is different from a
It's
man.
different. Yeah.
Okay. Men are
Exactly.
more analytical, they are more, they are so in and out and just straightforward. And but women, we are so emotional. We overanalyze. We will look at it from head to bottom, bottom side to side, and yeah. So kudos to you. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. Okay, moving forward. How did you now improve yourself? You were going to talk about the things. These are active things, lessons that you learn, and I want you to give example that you used to improve yourself to become this man that we are looking at today, that we are hearing today, talking to us with so much in depth of wisdom. How did you go about it, coming from a Nigeria system?
Good. And this is how it is a self, or it is conscious effort and self personal development. And my wife knows that one of my one of my best topics or issues talking about marriage relationship. Anytime I see anybody, vlogger or they talking about marriage relationship, I love to watch the video. I love to learn from people experience, and a lot of time I see a lot of what women go through. I have this empathy for the way they what some of them are going through in their marriages, and one of the one of the people that influenced me, that I learned from. I don't know all these people personally. I've never even liked them or said anything. I only more comment on their video. There are two persons
Yeah.
that I watch
They mentor you
on
from afar. It's possible to mentor people from
Yes,
afar.
yes.
Yeah.
I watch the videos talking about relationship. Is
Hmm.
this Pastor Shola Jordan Adeoye? It was even my wife that even shared one of his videos to me when I first came to UK in 2015. So when I told her, she has even forgotten about it. When the man is online, your pastor is online, but he doesn't even know. And this another pastor is Sunday Adelaja, DSA. Those two
Hmm.
people, when I watch series on DSA on how he talks about how to, handle family, relationship, and all this. I will go on YouTube, watch their videos, how as a man you need to, manage your marriage relationship, how to handle your kids, do all this, and I learned a lot from these people from afar.
Hmm.
And I watched their videos. uh, there was a time I watch them every day. In fact, if they come online, I watch them almost of the time. When if I get notification, I watch their video, and I have learned a lot of things. I see a lot of struggles in marriages, and those are the from those experiences, those videos. I begin to develop myself, and I that was how I begin to learn, and I begin to be
Get
sacrificial
better.
in everything I do. I put my family first. I try to make sure that I support my wife as much as possible I can. Look at our boys now. They are 6 years old. Since they have been 3 months that I came to UK, I've been bathing for them till today. I bath for them every day. My
Hmm.
wife doesn't even do it. I have, I do it every day. She does it occasionally, but most of the time it's my responsibility. Even my daughter, until she became 8 years old, that's when I stopped. And my wife now, take it from there because she's becoming, she's growing up, and we need to let, my wife just hand it to my wife to be, doing that. But my boys is tomorrow, I still take that responsibility. And that is where I learn from. And it has really shaped me. It has really, and I have also been influencing some of my friends when I talk to them. There was a time a friend of mine came with the wife from Nigeria. They came on holiday, and the wife saw the way we were working, the way I was supposed. The wife was talking to them. Look at what your friend is doing. So the wife now came to me. He said I should talk to my friend that he should be doing what I'm doing for her in Nigeria. And I spoke to my friend. I said, my friend, I said, your wife complained this to me. Why are you not supporting your wife do this? But do you know what my friend told me?
Mm.
My friend said, what does she contribute? She doesn't work. She's not doing. I'm the one that does everything. I will still come and share the household. No, it's a responsibility. I
Mm.
don't even know what to tell the woman, but I just say as much as you can, just support her. You know, his housewife job is not easy. It's one of the
Hmm.
most difficult tasks to
It's
do.
not one
Do
of the
you think
most difficult job, my brother.
in
Being a
fact it's the most
housewife,
difficult?
if you have children, is the hardest. I say, give me any job, I will do it. Instead of me to stay at home and be doing housewife and be looking after children. It's the most
Yeah,
difficult job because if you go to your normal job, 9 to 5, 10 to 10, 8 to 11,
exactly.
whatever hours, you have your set hours. A mother's job, a wife's job, housewife, full time, whatever, has no time. It's 24 hours. That job, they take so much from you emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and there is no thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you for your job well done. See you tomorrow. No. You are always on the clock. So that is a hard job. See, most women would rather dust their ass and go to job to work and make money than stay at home and be looking after baby, but they have to because sometimes it is necessary. For instance, if your mother-in-law or Moti's mother could not take the children, she was not available or whatever, maybe she was still working, then what would you do? Somebody will have to go off work to go and look after
Yeah.
your twins.
Yeah.
So please, so you people should never underplay the role of a housewife, oh,
Of
especially
course,
when the children are young. Mm.
I never. So that is I personally take responsibility for my choice. If, before the lockdown, this is how we manage our family. I drop them in school in the morning. That was before the coronavirus. So my wife resumed to work early. I arrangement to resume late so that I
Mm-hmm.
come back late. So she resumed very early to work. I am the one that will get them ready, prepare their breakfast, and drop them in school. So the moment I do that, she will close very early from work to go and pick them. Sometimes they will be in the after school club to pick them, so I can come back home late. And that is how we've been managing, as husband and wife.
Thank you so much, Sam. Oh my God. Omo-Tee, all I can hear from what your husband is saying, communication, communication,
Yep.
communication. This
Yeah.
is what I can hear.
Yeah.
So, how did you get to this place that, it's so effortlessly now? I mean, you do it effortlessly, communicating because everybody already knows what's expected. They know their
Yeah.
roles, they know their
Yeah.
place in the marriage. How did you, as this is an obodooyinbo woman, oh, independent in a relationship. She's not the usual Nigerian woman that will come and bow and you are a proper
A
Obodoyibo
proper
woman.
obodooyinbo woman. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, to be honest, we like I said, we just get on with it. We didn't. I mean, like in the beginning when it first came, I made sure because I've heard stories, I've seen friends and family sharing their story. Their husband or the wife came from Nigeria, and the husband will not take over, or the husband came from Nigeria. So I've heard so many different types of stories about relationship and couples and whatnot. So I tried to get him involved from the beginning. I got him involved from when the boys were 3 months old.
You
We
are
changed
lucky
their
that he agreed to be involved. You think some other women don't try to get their partners involved or their husband involved? It's
Lady
the
B.
man that want to be involved that will be
I guess
involved, my
so.
dear.
I guess so. I guess he wanted to
Mm.
be involved because, like I said in the last video, that there's a day he made a statement that the only person that had a major influence in his life was his father,
Mm.
and that is willing to do the same thing, is ready to do the same thing for his own children too. So I guess that came from that mindset. So when it came, although in the beginning he struggled, but eventually it became like a second nature to him.
Mm.
He don't even think about it. Every morning, I wake up, get himself ready. So the kids wakes up after. So he's bathing them. As he's bathing them, I'm getting them ready. So like you said, I leave home around 7:30 because I work in Canary Wharf, so like not too far from home. So I leave early so that he can drop them, and I finish work early so that I can pick them up from after school club. So like you said, Lady B, he wanted to do it. That's why we're able to, work in collaboration, and everything seems to be working fine. So there was nothing I did that is spectacular or special.
Hmm.
You know, he was just, he was willing to let, he was willing to be involved.
Hmm.
So I guess that was,
Let's talk about another thing that influences African marriage in the diaspora.
mm,
I'm going to come to you, Sam, because you already said something about that, saying that you never involved anybody in your marriage.
yeah.
And when you say anybody, we are talking about in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
In-laws. A lot of people come here, they will talk, they will tell us stories about how their partners, whether male or female, has gone to tell their in-laws or they tell their family these things, and how, there's a lot that happens in, diaspora marriages that is like a ripple effect of what has been told to family, in-laws, your own family member. Some people, once they have a quarrel, the next thing they are calling their mother. That's a man that is married will be calling his mother and saying, see what my wife have done, So let's talk about how you came to a decision, I want to believe, that you are not telling anybody. Whatever disagreement you have with Omo-Tee, you will resolve it between yourself and you are not involving people. Tell us a little bit about that, Sam, please.
Well, I think as an individual, one thing I have learned, even when I was single, when we were young boys, we used to have girlfriends, and you will see guys naturally, when you say you kiss and tell, uh, that you guys used to do when we were single. Oh, I
Mm,
dated that lady. I slept with her. I am not that kind of person naturally. So when my friends, when we have girls, they'll be asking how far have you? I say, what's your business? Why should I be telling you the whole detail? But they keep telling me the details, but I will never tell them anything. So that
mm,
is just the natural way I grew up as a person, as an individual. I'm not that kind of, and when I got married to my wife, it was just natural for me not to report my wife if we had quarrel to anybody.
mm,
It's just I would just we have just to settle it within ourselves.
mm,
That one is something that it was just like an inborn, and I have never seen my father calling anybody to report my mom, even if they had any disagreement. I heard them had this disagreement once or twice, but it's always the father is always right, because of their own generation. But as an individual, it's just something that is natural to me. There was one time my sister called me that my brother and wife they had this argument. The wife called this, she's crying and this, and I called the wife. I said, "What happened? Did my brother beat you?" She said, "No. It's the way he talks to her and this thing." I called my wife, scolded. I said, "Have you ever hear anybody or myself anybody reported, because we don't have parents again, we only have our sister, our firstborn, so she's the one that is acting like our parent." I said, "Have you ever heard from me or from my brother?" He said, so I told her, and ever since then, that was the last time it has ever happened, and I've never heard them had any quarrel again. So it is just something natural to me. When I came here, me and my wife, we had quarrel. I said, the only I couldn't. There was a time we had very serious call. I had to walk out. I didn't. That was when I was thinking I should have. Why did I resign? I should have gone back to Nigeria. Just go
You
back
were,
to my
you were
work.
missing your guard role in Nigeria where you were doing the
E-
act of you are the one that is
e-
passion for everybody. Now you come here
Exactly.
and this woman wants you to wash plates. I owe you.
you know. So I called my mother-in-law. I reported my mother-in-law, spoke to my wife, and my mother-in-law is the only person, and I've only reported my wife to my mother-in-law like twice. And after then, there was a time I called my mother-in-law. I wanted to, and she now called me. What did you want to say? I said, don't worry about it. And since then, I don't think I've reported my wife to my mother-in-law in the last 3, 4 years again. Nothing. There is nothing my wife could do to me. We will settle it among ourselves. I just made that conscious effort. I'm not going to report to anybody, not even our mother again. to no matter what happens. So and like I said, with all videos I watch about family relationship and about communication in marriage, which is that's the most
Key.
important thing, and
Coco,
it
the
is very the
Coco.
key. And your
Hmm.
ability to forgive no matter what. The way I see my wife, I see it as my
No,
sister. That
not no
I
matter what, though. Not when you are slapping her. Oh. If you were slapping her, we will not be talking of
Oh
forgiveness.
yes.
So.
Oh yes. Yeah. That would be
exactly
more support.
see. I see my wife as my sister. That if somebody should treat my sister like that, how do I feel? Or my
Hey,
daughter. Now that I have a daughter, I also see her like how if a man should treat my daughter, and I want to set example to my boys and my daughter, so that they will know. I want them to have this this value
Role
system,
model.
that the role model figure in their mind, that this is how my mother and father were doing when they were married. So when they want to go into a relationship, the moment they see somebody who is narcissistic or somebody, they will be able to quickly know that this is not type of relationship they need to get in, especially my daughter. So that is what also motivates me to always trying to be a better person every day. And every day, I'm not the most perfect person, but I just try to be a better person.
thank you very much, Sam. It takes people to make two people to make a marriage work. So, when everybody does their bit, the problem is when one person is doing a lot and the other person is not doing anything. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Sam. So we talked extensively about communication. I'm going to jump now to
Somebody
another.
said you are not talking about money. I saw a comment. They will not talk
You are
about money.
reading my. Why you people? Not to the rush. That's what I was just going to say. That we talked about communication. Oh, we want to talk about another big area now where there is conflict in relationships and
Shape.
marriages. And Omo-Tee, I'm going to come to you because Sam said something that everything he said that day is in my opolo. I did not forget one thing. He said that he was very frivolous with money. When it comes to money, he didn't know how to save. He was dashing too much out. He was giving people money and everything until he realized that you are the prudent one in the family. You are the one that will come and say, let's do this. So when it comes to finance, we identified in that video that communication, finance, you people have, we've talked about communication. Let's come to the finance on Moti. How did you
Mhm.
get this your husband that is the one that is the bank manager in Nigeria, spending money, dashing out the family members, setting businesses up for people? Now he come to obodooyinbo and he's doing big man. And but finances here, they go a long way because you got
Away.
different things
Yeah.
to do. How did
Yeah.
you manage to, get him to a point where he now understands that,
And
you know, is something that you're not hiding from one another, something that you're planning together and you're working together as a team
mhm.
with the finances within the family.
Okay. So it starts when he was in Nigeria. He was a banker. And you know the lifestyle those banker lives. I know quite a lot because I'm married. I'm married to one. So before he left, I know their lifestyle, the kind of money they have access to. Majority of them loan. They cannot survive on their salary. And my husband too will collect his own salary. Before 15th of the month, money is finished. And do you have any savings? No. I remember when his father passed in 2011, I believe. So his father passed in November, and December he said to me, "Oh, Omo-Tee, my dad used to have a party for his tenants every December, and I'm thinking of doing the same thing." I said, "What did you say?"
Omo-Tee, you are very strict though. He said, what did you say?
I said, what did I hear you right? You want to have a party for your father's tenant? Are they your tenant? Even if they are your so as in he said, I said, so you want to carry on the legacy your father left behind? Are you going to be using your own money to be having that party every year, or the money from your father's estate? Anyway, to cut the long story short, he didn't have that party. After I had a proper conversation with him, he didn't have
Hmm.
that party. So from then on,
He
and now
saw
sort of
reason
like,
with you. He saw
yeah,
reason with you. What?
yeah.
Give us a little example of the things that you made him see, because it's not easy to convince African man. No, it
And
is not easy.
I just made him realize that okay, your salary comes in. you pay for your brother's school fees, you pay for their upkeep, you are giving lagbaja money, you are giving this, that, da, 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 da. So you need to start saving for raining day. You cannot
Hmm.
just be spending everything. What if anything or emergency happens and you need money? You'll be
Hmm.
waiting for your next salary to come. No, you don't eat from hand to mouth. You need to have something put aside. So after that conversation, he now started this savings in Nigeria. Before he saved like 30K every month. So when he
Hmm.
was coming, he had access to money, he changed that money to pounds. So on getting here, and it was up until last year, it was still in that zone, just giving out money. Last year we had a big argument last year. It was just dashing people money in Nigeria because of Corona. I said, problem they finish for Nigeria.
Problem na bicycle.
How many people
You
can
are
you
not
so
saying you shouldn't do. Oh, you are
I'm
just
not
telling him not to
exactly
waste the.
not
No, at
to
least set a budget of
set
what
a
you need to
budget.
give people.
It doesn't
Hmm.
have a budget to Lady B. It doesn't. When it comes to spending, it doesn't have a budget. But in terms of finance at home, I'm the one that is in charge of everything. We have a joint account every month. I mean, each of us still has our individual account, but every month we have a joint account. Drop your bit in there to pay for the house bills and everything, and so on and so forth. Me, I love my money. I like to have my money. I like to treat myself for designer stuff once in a while, and I buy for him too. He doesn't like design. Me, I like design. Still treat him. So finance, bills, everything. I manage everything, and we have savings. Like you said, we just got approval for our mortgage recently. This took us 3 years to save that money.
Hmm.
Every month, I'm collecting certain amounts as the money is
Yeah,
coming
because
in.
you got a family, you got
We
three
got a family.
children,
We
you
got
got
three children.
bills.
We got
Yes.
bills to pay. Yes,
Yeah.
we got bills to pay. So every month, certain amount is coming for the house keep, and certain amount.
I'm,
You are muted.
I'm
Omo-Tee, you
not
are
hearing.
muted. Yeah, she's
Okay, yeah,
muted.
sorry, my hand hit the button. So yeah,
Okay.
every month we have a joint account that we both drop certain percentage into the account to pay for the house bill, and at the end of the month, I collect certain amount towards the mortgage savings, and anything outside that you can spend it for all. If you want to finish it, that's your problem.
Let's talk about that joint account
Mm-hmm.
because money is a very big deal in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's eyes on the money, the pennies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now in a marriage, you have two people, and most times two people don't earn equally. It's
Yep.
either the man earns more or the
More.
woman earns more. One person
Yeah.
must earn more.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to joint finance or joint account, how did you come to an agreement of what each person should be putting into the account? Is it based on what they are earning or based on you are a man, I'm a woman? How did you do it? How did you come to that understanding?
Because it earns literally times three of what I earn, so automatically it's paying the the major chunk of the bill. So yeah, that's how we worked it out. Most times I just pay. Sometimes we pay everything at little. So it wasn't like we sat down to agree on how much we pay, but certain percentage has to be dropped every month
in
to
that
meet
in that
our
mutual account?
in that
Yeah.
mutual account to
Mhm.
cover all our bills, and that is it.
Right.
Let me
Yeah.
let me add to that. Let me add to that.
Mm.
Mhm.
Can I talk?
Yeah,
Yes,
go on.
please go ahead.
Like I said my first 15 to 18 months that I came here, my wife's salary was like twice mine because what I was earning is nothing to,
Those peanuts. Yeah.
it was peanuts. So during that time, the percentage of bills, my wife carried most of it than what I
Yeah.
do because it was based on it. But like I said, because I was working as I work in project
Hey.
management as a project information controller. So because my wife was working as a permanent role, and we agreed. She said, there was a time when I got a job as a permanent. My wife said, if you get a permanent, this is how much you'll be getting every month. It will be, and every year they will just be adding maybe 500, 1,000 pounds. How do you? It's better you stay on your contract
Contract.
role. By the time you begin to move, and good advice, and I was almost making that decision. She was the one that he said, I'm already on permanent. Even if you lose your job, you're out of job, my salary can still pay all the bills and we'll be fine. And with that advice, and I said, okay, that was when my wife had agreed that let me stay on permanent while you be doing the contract. And I started doing the contract. And before I know it, we are doing the same job, or almost the same job. So I started moving from one place to another. Then I begin to get more senior role. Then I begin to make more money. I begin, and being a working as self-employed, they pay you are the one that do your tax, do all those stuff. So you can
Mm.
put in a lot of expenses on your to reduce your tax burden. And that was how I was able to earn far more better than my wife within short period, even though she has been here before me.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was and it was the start. She could have decided to be doing contracting, but because she want to hold the family together, she say, let me stay on permanent role while you start doing contracting. I have been out of job now for like 1 month,
Hmm.
or like 6 weeks now. I'm going to start a new contract next month.
Contract.
But within that short this period, what I contributed was not that much, as in for the bills. She
Yes,
contributed
obviously
most of.
because you are not working. So
Yeah.
the key thing
Yes.
here
Mhm.
still is the fact that you guys communicate so well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The communication is still the key thing, even around the finances. Yeah.
I
Now,
know what it
Omo-Tee,
ends. I know what it
yeah,
ends. You
it's
know,
not
she. I mean,
hiding
they
your
know what I
payslip.
end.
It's not
I
hiding anything.
Now everything is open. Even our child benefit. I think there was a video you made a couple of last year that couples are fighting, about child benefit. And I told you, I said, listen, the day you ask me about child benefit, that is the day this marriage ends. Because if you are in Nigeria, you will not no child benefit. You will pay for your children's school fees. No government will come and help you. So the child benefit, when it comes, we both decide that okay, the kind of things our parents didn't give us growing up, let's give it to our children. So their child benefit goes straight into their ISA shares and stock account, and every month each of us pay extra on top of it.
Hmm.
Because I want them when they get to that age that they too want to buy their first house, at least there's some money waiting for them.
Waiting for them. You people give it up for Omo-Tee and Sam. Guys, please, please, please clap for them. We're always talking about generational
Generation wealth.
wealth on this channel. This
Oyibo
is what we
people are
call building
sending.
that. So Sam is not saying, not that Minoboyo, all that child benefit I'm going to use to go and build a
No,
house in
mm-mm,
Ikorodu. He's
mm-mm,
not thinking about that.
no.
You will give it up, give it up, give it up for them.
Because
Hmm.
I realized that in the black community, we don't leave any inheritance for our children.
Hmm.
We don't. Oyibo people, there was this article that was in is it Forbes magazine, or I can't remember, that the difference between white people, the Asian, even the Asian were taking the leads in terms of inheritance for their children. The white
Yes.
people came next. Black
Black people will
people
spend
at
everything.
the
We'll
at the
spend it.
bottom. We are
We
at
can
the
spend.
bottom.
Yeah.
We're at the bottom.
Mhm.
So everyone listening, parents, please, I understand if that money has to support, the house and everything, but please, let's leave something for these children, the generation coming after us. That is for me, and that's my mission. Both of us, that's our mission, to give these kids things that our
A jump
parents cannot
start. You jump start
jumpstart.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't come out of university with debt and they don't even know where they are starting
exactly.
from. And they start to question, why did I even go to university if I'm coming out with 50,000 pounds of debt?
Debt.
Hmm.
So we
Well done.
decided that this money, this is what it's going to be for. As soon as it's getting to my account, that same day is going into your shares and stock account, and every month personally we pay extra on top of it.
Omo-Tee, if you know the number of couples that have told me how they fight over
How
child benefit, you will not believe.
much
Not
is that
only in the
money?
UK, oh, the child benefit in UK is even small.
It's small.
Germany, Italy, anywhere in Europe, people are fighting. Let me just put it out there. If you are a man, you call yourself a man,
And you're
and you
fighting
are
for child
fighting
benefit.
over child benefit.
Mm.
Ah,
Then
hey, whoa. Let me not say anything. Today is a good day. I'm not going to say anything. I leave you. I just leave you to your poverty mentality. A real man does not even care about benefits.
care
They are
exactly.
too busy looking for how to make it. You sit down there
From
and you're calculating how much your children are
from
making.
day one, I had these children, all their child benefit. My daughter
This
will
is
be
a
9.
man that came from
He came
Nigeria.
from Nigeria.
Still, he wasn't thinking of, oh, how much. Some men, once they come here, All they think about is they go and marry a man from Nigeria, a woman, a wife from Nigeria. All they are thinking about is, oh, how much money? The children money. How they are going to, if they were even using it for the benefit of the children, it will not pay me.
Abi.
But they are using it to go and build useless houses in Nigeria that they will never stay. A woman said to me that day, oh, I'm just fighting because she and her husband were having misunderstanding about house in Nigeria. Apparently, the husband is building a house and whatever, she gave some money. And now the husband is not giving information about the house, the location and everything. She said, Tibi, I don't know what to do. I said, my sister, go and sit down. He said, hey, my family say, I need to know where the house is. I said, go and sit down. I don't want them to deprive my children. I said, where are your children? She called the country. I say, yeah, yeah. So you think you
He's
think these
missing the
children?
plot.
She told me where the house is. I say, yeah. So you think these children in this country will
Will
go to
leave
that Nigeria
Nigeria and go
and
and
go
claim
to
the
that
house.
bush location to be looking for one house? I say, my sister, go and sit down. Don't fight your husband, okay? She said, oh, thank you very much. So my point is, all
Mm.
of you that carry your child benefit to go and be building houses in all the corals in Nigeria because you think that's what the money for without thinking about the future of your children here
Future of the
in
children.
the
Yeah,
diaspora. Learn
yeah.
from Omo-Tee and her husband. Think about your children here. No child in the abroad is going to Nigeria to look for inheritance.
Like
They don't even think about that country as
they don't even
they
exactly.
don't even think about going. They go there maybe just to see if your parents or whatever they love the food, the environment, but they are not Nigerian. They don't think like us. So have that in the palm of your hand as you are watching this video today. Thank you so much, guys.
Mm.
We're almost getting to where we are going to share our link. I told you 1 hour and I'm sticking to my words. We've
Don't
got
worry,
four
we are
minutes.
here for you. We are here for you. Not
Thank
in a
you,
hurry.
Omo-Tee. I want to ask you one question that has been hitting my heart.
Go
A
on.
lot of men, they say
Mm.
when they marry and come here, they feel emasculated because their wives become so obodooyinbo. They forget about their upbringing, they forget about their training, they forget about their Africanness. How did you do all this to a
Ah,
man coming from not even a jobless man, no, a man that was a banker in Nigeria? He was doing very well for himself.
mm.
And he came here to join you, his wife. And he doesn't feel emasculated by you. How did you navigate all this, twists and turns?
Lady B, I cannot say this is exactly the formula, but I just made him realize that this is for both of us, it's for our own benefit. And like I said earlier on, in the beginning it struggled, but I guess over time, when he too unlearned to relearn and started listening to people like Pastor Shola, Pastor Sunday, he then now, reasons or sometime when I tell him to do something, oh, why do I need to do it? They're trying to control me. No, I'm not trying to control you. No, I'm not. I'll give you an example. Regarding his career, working as a project information
Oh
controller.
my God, sorry, Amati. Sorry, this Ghana woman also killed me. She said, I'm a Ghanaian. I dated a guy from Nigeria. He was always asking things he can take from my house and ship to Nigeria. He's always looking
Looking
at
for
the
the mileage.
mileage in my car so he can ship it to Nigeria. Oh, this Ghana woman wants to kill me. The man he was dating in Nigeria wanted to ship our whole life to Nigeria. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm sorry. It was
That's
just so
okay.
funny.
That's okay. That's okay. So as I was saying, so there wasn't anything major that I did. I just, made him realize that, we're not getting any longer. We don't think right. I'm not trying to control you. In terms of career change, I remember last year when the whole pandemic was hot. A lot of people were taking the opportunity to upskill themselves. I did quite a number of training online, and I said to him that you too, you need to start doing so that when the opportunity comes, you are readily available. Exactly what I was telling him last year, Lady B, is what he's doing now. Because he's
Hmm.
hearing it from a man or some of his friends. He listened. But when me, I was telling him exactly what they were telling him now last year, he thought I was trying to control him.
Hmm.
You know,
That word
so
control is a very big deal for African men.
for, I, I said, listen, control you for what? I have absolutely no reason to control you. Why would I do that? Because if I control you, what kind of legacy or what kind of
Example,
examples I'm laying for
your
my daughter?
your
No,
daughter.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just trying to see the bigger picture. Don't wait until that moment comes. You prepare. Me, I plan ahead.
Mm.
I don't wait until something happens. I'm
Mm.
changing career. I'm changing career now. I started last year. And when I went for the interview, it was like a walk in the park for me because I've been preparing for it. And people
Mm.
ask me, "Oh, Tola, Omo-Tee, how did you do it?" I didn't do anything. The interview was straightforward, it was smooth, there was no drama, there was no presentation. I
Because you
just
were
went in there
prepared.
because I was prepared. So
Mm.
when the opportunity came, ready for it.
Mm. Well
So
done.
these are the things I was trying to explain to him that you
Let me
can't
let me
just
let me let me come to Sam because I need to ask him if he's feeling emasculated. Uncle Sam, how are you feeling?
Yeah,
Do
I'm fine.
you feel like your wife has emasculated you, taken away your identity as an African man, stripped you of your role? Do you feel that?
Yes, initially when I first came, I felt like that because one of my common, what I used to say then that I would say, is it because I come to your
I
house?
moved.
Is that why I moved to your house from Nigeria? Is that why you doing this to me?
You are
So
doing
I
this to
usually,
me.
is it because I come to your? I always say that statement, and my wife said, you know what? We can go out. Let's go and rent a new house so that it should
It will
not
be
be
your
my
house.
It'll
So
be
it will
your
be your
house,
house.
yes.
yeah.
No,
So
Sam,
it should not
let me
be.
stop you there. Let me tell you
Mm,
something. This thing happened to me, no joke. I was dating a guy in Nigeria, yeah, before I got married. No disrespect to my, husband. He's not gonna watch it anyway. So let's go on. I'm doing amebo. Let me do a quick book here. And I had a house, yeah. He didn't have a house. He was living somewhere with family members. But this guy was like, I would never, never go and live in a woman's house. A woman's house? Never. But he didn't have money. And I already bought my house. This brother was still squatting. But because of that pride, the pride that I am a man. He said, no, I can never come to your house. Oh, no, 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 no. Come and live there. What will people say? You know, that kind of a thing. So I can completely understand how you were saying in those early days when you came to the UK, telling your wife that your house, because I came to your house, that's why you are behaving like this. I'm so glad I left that brother now because the story, if I tell you, you tell me to do that, I will do Thanksgiving because it turned out that, oh, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Carry on, brother.
so, like I was saying, so in my first early years, then I would say, is it because I come to your house? Is that why is it because and she now said, okay, it's good. We can go out and go and rent a new house that will be in your name so that it will not be that it's your house. So that argument will not happen. But, like I said, over time, because I was developing myself, I was, I get better, and I don't even remember when I stopped saying, is it because of
When
your
you started
house?
making some money, you forgot that.
Lady B, let me shock you again. Before he left Nigeria, he bought me a car here. He sent the money from Nigeria. When he got here, that car telling me, hey, is it because of your car? Is it because it's your car? I said, Benny, if you don't want
You
to
bought the car.
drive, don't
Maybe it's
drive.
you that paid for the car.
I mean, if you don't want to live in my house, Benny, let's go and rent. But the thing is, renting where we are now is about 1,300 for 2 bedroom. I cannot stay
Mhm,
nothing less than 2 bedroom. It's 1,300. If you are ready for that, I'm ready to follow you.
mhm.
I have no problem. If that will make your ego, that your masculinity, if that will make you, because me, I said to you that me, I don't know how to rub anybody's ego. I'm sorry. Me, I'm very
Reality.
sometimes I'm very
Reality
blunt.
setting. You are very blunt, too. You are very, so some men will be so offended by this kind of statement you are making on Omo-Tee. How dare you? You don't respect me. You don't know I'm a man.
But when I want something, if I need some change in my pocket, my sweetie, my honey, and I will do all of that. Once I collect what I want to collect, back to normal.
So Sam, yeah, you were telling us how you don't feel
Yes.
do you feel like, now looking back now, with the number of years you've been here, leaving your job, your career in Nigeria to join your lovely wife, you got your family, you're happy. Do you feel like, you feel emasculated by the whole thing, or that you feel like, okay, you did this for your family and you're happy you took that step?
Then, no, I don't feel anyhow emasculated at all because number one, let me say, naturally, I'm a very liberal person, and
Mm.
because of my background, where I was coming from, I work in the banking industry. I have had senior colleague who are even older than my that is my oga. So so I have had junior colleagues who are women. So naturally, I'm not that kind of person. And the way I was raised, there is no. My father does not make. It doesn't say because you're a male, you more important than a female. We
Mm,
both, he
We raised
treated us
equally.
equally. He treated
mm.
all the male and female child equally. I want to give an example. When I was growing up, my father liked pounded yam a lot. And to pound yam there was not all this pando. And when my mom was pounding, she was complaining of chest pain.
Yes.
And then I were in secondary school when I started, and my father now had to force all the boys that we going forward will be the one pounding yam. Our sister doesn't pound. We are the one that always pound the yam. And we pound the yam for the whole family. And I was so good at it that there was one Christmas I was schooling in Ife, coming back to
You went to Ife.
I,
Hold on. Did you
yes,
go to? You went to Obafemi
yes,
Awolowo University. No
yes,
wonder.
yes.
Great Ife, Africa most beautiful campus. I look far
But
against
against
all
all
pressure.
question, forward
Forward
ever,
ever,
backward never.
backward never.
Therefore,
Great Ife.
great
Great.
Ife, great. I
I
love you.
love you. There's
There
only
is
one
only
great
one
Ife
great Ife
in the
in the
universe.
universe.
Another great
Another
Ife.
great Ife. It's a
It's a
counterfeit.
counterfeit.
Great,
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 great.
great, 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 great Ife. Sorry, guys. We are great Ife. We are like that.
Product of
Sam,
Ife,
you
we know
went to
them.
Ife. No wonder. Abajo. Abajo. No wonder. With too much. Well
The
done, my brother.
thing is, at home, there's no particular role for anybody. If I said, Sam, please, I want to eat amala. As long as there's soup in the fridge, it will sort himself out. Sometimes, before the world completely went nuts, when I'm coming from work, oh, what's there to eat at home? Okay, there's this. Okay, can you help me prepare this? And same thing, if I got home early, oh, Omo-Tee, can you do this for me? Can you help me do it? I said, yeah, that's fine, I'll do it. And with the kids too, it just does it graciously. And I'll tell you one thing, it will tell anyone that wants to hear, that cares to listen, that what he does for his children, how he look after them, he drops them in school, how he's very much involved, encouraging other men to do the
Mm,
same thing because they can see the joy in it. So as it is now, if any man telling him, oh, that's my son, I raised him, I know the kind. So that's why I said I got him involved for him so that he know the kind of children he's raising.
well done.
So
Thank you so much. Yeah, go on, Sam, go on.
So, like I was saying, so I was coming back, and so I was in Ibadan with my cousin's place. So my uncle, so I spent Christmas with them that year. So my uncle's wife now said that they want to do pound the yam this Christmas. They be eating jollof rice, so they want to go and get people, somebody that come and pound the yam. We were at home then. We are about almost 20 people at home. I said, why do you want to get? I can do it, and it was you can do it because he has son that are my age too. This I said, how only you will pound yam for free? I said, don't worry, I can do it. That Christmas, I pounded the yam for everybody, and
Hey.
everybody said, do you know it was Sam that pounded the yam for everybody? And as in, she was so surprised, she was shocked. So that was this, and we are from Ijebu. It's not that we are from Ondo that we learn, but it's because my father loved pounded yam natural, and
It's an
I was able to do
Ijebu
it
man.
effortless.
Ijebu
Yes,
man that loves pounded yam.
I was able to do it effortlessly. So the way my father raised us is there was no discrimination whether you're a female child, you're this, there's no, or you no, everybody in fact, he made sure that the boys are more involved, or especially anyone that require hard labor or it requires strength. My father will enforce us to do it. You
So
are the
this is
guys that
what
will
we
do
are
it. So,
saying. Is when we talk about
mm.
You know, your relationship to your children.
Yeah.
You see how Sam learned so much. Omo-Tee kept saying one thing. You said it the last time, you said it again, that this is what he said. His father laid a legacy down for him.
Yeah.
You know, and let's not forget, though, he's from a polygamous family. Oh. It's not
Yeah.
like it was
Yes,
only his mother. Oh.
my
Yet,
my father had three wives.
the man managed to teach them what it takes to be a man,
Man.
how you can support your wife. Wow. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sharing my link now. Everyone, everybody, I'm sure you are eager to come and say something, ask your question. Today is a positive one. No, somebody said that today we are doing positive one. We didn't see plenty crowd. If it's one terrible issue
One
now,
terrible issue
you see
now.
1,000 people, 800 people. That's just life. You see, life. When people do positive story, nobody will watch. But when you
Watch,
do
yeah.
the one that they almost killed her, you will see people will gather there. So I'm
Oh,
sharing my link.
oh my shoe.
Oh my shit! Oh, all these men, all these women, this, that, this. Three wives, yes. He had three wives, but still he managed to raise his children right. That's a real man. Because in his generation, having three wives was normal. It's nothing,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
So, Tammy, I know you are African American, so you might not understand. This was their way of life. Please, my people, want to help me wish my sister happy birthday. She's here, Dodoshi. Today is her
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Please help me
Happy
wish her happy
birthday.
birthday. She's
Happy
here.
birthday. I can see people talking about stock and share Vanguard in the comment section. I don't know if it's
Eh.
something I can quickly mention it if anybody's interested. So I use One Family for my children's stock and share account. There's Vanguard as well. And that's where you don't have access to the money until they are 18. Then
Yes.
knows about the account. And my daughter
Yeah.
has already told me that when I start working, I'm going to be adding more so that I can buy my first house. So they are aware.
Yo,
They are
amen.
aware. So
Amen. Well
mhm.
done. Nancy is here. Nancy has been commenting frantically too in the comment section.
Hi, Nelson.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
loud
you,
and
Nancy.
clear.
What do you have
Yes,
to
yes.
say?
Yes, yes. Honestly, I'm so happy to hear that you guys are doing the same thing that I think me and my wife are doing.
Oh, that's
Even your
fantastic.
ISAs that you're using, we use exact same ISA.
You
So my
Oh,
see,
daughter's
that's
got
you
uh,
fantastic.
guys are
my daughter's got the
kindred
one family.
spirits.
Exactly. Yeah, my daughter has the one family and Vanguard one as well. Me
Oh,
and
I
my wife,
see.
we've got the Vanguard ISA and the SIP as well.
I
Pretty much
see. Yeah,
transferred all our pensions into Vanguard, including my
yeah,
son as well.
yeah,
So we're pretty much doing the same thing. And
yeah.
honestly, I'm so happy to hear that you guys. It feels like an older version of me and my wife. You know.
They're not that old though. No,
I'm
they are
We are
not
not
old.
old, though.
They are not old.
We are not couples.
They refuse to
so
share their
sorry.
they refuse to show their face, but they are not old.
Okay,
We're, we're,
that's
we're
fine.
just we're just like 11 years in marriage and we're in 40s.
Yeah, they're in their
So
40s.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm in my
yes, yes.
30s. I just turned 31,
Mm.
so it's not.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nancy, what
So
do you have to say? What are you doing that is making your marriage work?
what am I doing? I
Yeah.
think it's pretty much what the couples that are speaking. That's what we do. We communicate a lot. I've
Yeah.
known my wife since secondary school, since I came from Nigeria. Actually, I've known her since then. So we literally just communicate. Every single thing that we do in our house is planned to a T. Obviously,
Yeah,
apart from my frivolous spending, which she kind of captured with like Excel sheets and all that stuff. But we communicate. We talk a lot. We plan a lot. And we obviously just kind of forward think as well and see where we want to go. When the couples were talking about, when Uncle Sam was talking about, in terms of leaving inheritance for their children, it's exactly the same thing that we're thinking of doing as well. Stuff like that we are always talking. And again, I think the other part is when you ask them the question on emasculation, I think it's natural for men to feel like that, especially us from that grew up in Nigeria. But I think most women kind of forget that their feminine nature is probably the biggest superpower that they have that will calm down the hardest man. When you shout at a man, it makes a man feel like he's arguing with another man. But when you talk to him in a very soft way, trust me, no matter how hard it is, it will calm down
listen. Yeah.
and it will listen.
I
That's
think
my
I remember you, Nelson. You told us you're the one that
yeah,
married a Jamaican woman.
yeah. She's Jamaican.
I
Yeah,
remember you. Yes, I
yeah,
remember you. Yes, I
yeah.
remember you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've
haven't
known her
seen
since
you since
secondary
that
school.
day. I haven't seen
Huh?
you since that day. You
Oh,
you've not been
sorry.
here for some while for a while now.
No, it's been challenging because I work for mom and obviously looking after two kids at the same time is
Yeah.
a bit of
I
a
hope you are doing well with your family.
yeah. And also,
Well
can I just
done.
say this? Since you're
Yes.
on this platform, I'm in IT and I know the couple speaker in IT. I just want to plug you out there. I don't mind linking up with you guys, in terms of networking. I heard you were
Yeah.
getting
Okay.
into project management. I'm trying to
Okay.
move into project management as well, and
Okay.
currently in application support for Group M.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
That's
moving
so
into
my
business.
Nelson.
I'm
Take my
moving to.
number. I am the
yeah.
one that can link you. Without me, you cannot link.
Oh,
So
okay.
don't just try and jump. Don't be jumping. Do you know them before? Is it not me that brought them here? So how are you gonna just try and jump like that without me? I'm the
Sorry, sorry.
middleman, and you have to pay me a commission. So don't
I
just
don't
think
mind
you're gonna.
because we
Don't
in
just
IT
think
we're
you're
big
gonna
money,
get
so
connected like that. It's not free.
I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, man. Because when I heard the project manager, I was like, I went to my wife in the toilet. I was like, I'm gonna call him because I need to link up with these people because they're Nigerian.
Okay.
And
All right.
also, I'm particular about linking up with people that are married. Specifically, I'm very specific about that. I don't have friends that are unmarried. Specifically, I
Oh,
don't. Yeah, mainly
okay.
because single people will keep married people single. That's my own thing, and it's
Oh
happened time and
no.
time again because
No,
Mm.
I don't
because
believe that.
in my opinion, because we have to remember, Auntie, I came to school when I was very young here. A lot of my
Mm,
friends go to clubs. I can't keep
mm.
those friends around me. You
No,
understand what I'm
no,
saying?
you are young
Because
anyway, so
exactly,
most of your age
exactly,
mates will still be single. So I see what you mean.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay.
that's why I'm very
All
particular.
right.
And
So my WhatsApp is on this. My
thank
email
you.
and WhatsApp is there. Take it down, and
Yeah,
if you pay me a fee, I'll connect you. Hmm?
I don't mind. How much are you charging?
We'll talk about this after the show, Nelson. Don't think you are just going to come and get Omo-Tee and and Sam's contact like that. It's not free, okay? All right, sweetie. Thank you very much, Nelson.
Can I
Nick
also
would
quickly
help
can I
you.
quickly say this? I see people talking about pension plan and SIP and whatever. What we do now, because I work permanent, so he's a freelancer. So what I did for him was I asked him to open one family lifetime ISA. So how lifetime ISA works is for every pound you drop in, you get 25% from the government. So say
Yeah.
for example, now you drop 100 pounds in, you get 25%, from the government for every money you drop in. So he's doing that. I have my private pension from work, and I'm also doing that personally. When we get to retirement age, I'm not depending on these children. We are both sorting ourselves out.
Anybody that depend on their children. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. No problem. Nike, we have you.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello, good
Nika. Good
evening.
evening.
Hi.
Yeah, so
Hi.
I just want to like congratulate those couple.
Hmm?
I'm calling from Canada,
Right.
and my story will have turned out to be like yours, but the person I brought just came here, and within a month
Oh,
he
wow.
just started misbehaving to the
Oh my
point that
God.
we only stayed together for I think 3 years. And when the divorce happened, this guy was ready to take my pension.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Oh, yeah. He was like, oh, the house we were living in, I bought it myself.
Hey.
He said I had to sell the house so that I can get, part of the money. But thank God I got these very wonderful lawyers here that really helped me. And everything worked out fine. They calculated whatever they were going to do. Because for me, I was ready to leave everything. I'm like, if you want to get the house with the money, I'm ready to give it to him because I wanted my peace.
Your peace.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was my peace because the marriage was really, really rocky.
Did you bring
Like
him from Nigeria, Nike?
Oh,
I
yes.
brought him. I brought
Oh my
him.
God.
Like I completed his application.
Hmm.
All he did was just to sign. Like he didn't do anything.
Anything. Wow.
No. And for me, I
Can
left
you imagine?
Nigeria in 2005. I went to Sweden to school. I left there. I came to Canada. I know myself. I
Hmm.
knew I wasn't going around with anybody.
Why did you
But
go to
but
Nigeria to marry? Did you not find somewhere anywhere in
so so
Sweden,
so
in Canada?
yeah, so here is the problem. Because after the divorce, I had to do some coaching to get what really happened to me. And this is what I found out with us Nigerians, especially the ladies. First, we don't know ourselves. Then we get into this so-called marriage.
Marriage, yeah.
Because see, I married this guy when I was 38.
Wow.
People
So you're
will
not
have thought,
chicken. You're not chicken.
no, I'm not. People will have thought that at 38, at least you should know what you were doing. And
Yes.
people around me always see me as a strong girl.
Yeah.
Because I was doing everything by myself. Like, I'm not afraid to do anything I wanted to do. But the pressure from Nigeria, from family, from friends, they were like, oh, Nikki, you're 38. You're not going to be able to have a child when you get very, very old. So I'm like, you know what? Anybody that comes now, if they tell me they want to marry me, I'm just going to do it. And when this guy came, this guy used one of my friends to get to me. Yeah, it was my friend. That my friend gave him my contact. So he contacted me and he was saying all the good things.
Yeah, that's what happened to the other lady in Canada. Success is a friend.
Yeah, he was saying all the good things. I'm like, oh, he's a Christian. Oh, I'm like, okay, so he knows how to pray and read the Bible and all that. And I processed his paper came in less than 6 months.
How well did you know him? So it was just a long distance relationship.
Yeah, I didn't know him much. Like maybe 3-4 months. I went to Nigeria to meet this guy just to marry him and bring him here.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. Like, I bought his ticket to come here.
What was he doing in Nigeria before you brought him?
He said he's a freelance, whatever, journalist and all that. For me, I always trust people. I'm like, okay, when he comes here, he should get something to do. Because to me, opportunity is in Canada. If you come here and learn to be a plumber, you're going to be a better person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For me, that's my mentality, right? But this guy came here and first he was like, oh, I don't like all your friends. I don't like them. They shouldn't come to our house. It was
that
really
1.5 hours I promised you. I'm sorry, we might not.
That's okay. No, that's fine. The kids are okay, so we are okay. That's fine. We are here for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can stop now if you want me to stop. But
please go ahead.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is, whoever want to marry, you need to know who you are. Most marriages, people get into trouble because they don't even know who they are.
Pressure.
Yeah. For me, it was a pressure. And I see all my friends, they're getting married, their kids are, they're much older. So I'm like, what is the problem with me? And the thing is, I've lived in Sweden, right? I've lived in Canada. My eyes were closed to people around me.
Hey.
I was still carrying the Nigerian trouble in my head. Oh, I have to marry a Nigerian. So it's deep. Like, some of these things are not even spiritual. They are just like, you don't know who you are, you're gonna get in trouble.
Absolutely.
So that's to the point that our first child, when he came here, because I'm someone that I don't even care about whether the time I'm menstruating, I don't care because, I don't have a boyfriend, I don't sleep around. So when he came here, I got pregnant maybe in like 6 months. Do you know that when we had this child, in 6 months, the child died because he had a genetic problem? Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow.
Oh, it's bad. And after that, this guy would tell me that you are so useless. You can't even have a healthy child.
Oh God.
Oh, it was a terrible, terrible marriage. But guess what? Before you know it, I got pregnant again, and I had that healthy child. I have a child now that he doesn't come to look for the child. He does his own thing. I don't know where he is because I'm not looking for him. But the truth is, I can take care of my child. I can take care of myself. I have a good job. But
and he's out there now looking for other women to mess their lives up like he did yours.
And that's the problem. People are not going to know. They'll say, oh, this guy is abroad, because I'm sure he's a citizen now in Canada. And he's just going to go around and lie to
Maybe we
another.
should have a register and start putting all these men's picture out there, to be honest. Women, see them and run. Women, this man, if you see him, run.
Yeah. So, I just want to congratulate you and your husband, because the truth is, some men will come and they're not going to do what your husband did. They're not going to listen.
Absolutely.
They're not going to listen. They are not going to ready to learn.
How many kids do you have for him, Nike?
It's just one, because one died, right? One died at 6 months. So I have another one right now.
Yeah. And you say you managed to do the divorce without him taking your pension and all your hard work that you did before you brought him.
I was ready because I wanted my peace. You know what? It's money and I'm going to get it later.
Yeah.
I'm going to work and get that money. I don't care. I'm not sitting on any of those. But the truth is, he didn't get it because my lawyers were so smart.
Oh my God.
This is somebody that lied that, he brought money when he was coming from Nigeria. That was what I used for my, the money you put to bank when you want to buy a house.
Yeah.
My lawyer was like, go and bring your papers and let's see how you brought the money.
How you came. They even bought your tickets.
Yeah. So ladies out there, ladies out there needs to be, we just need to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told myself right now, if I'm going to date someone, I'm sorry, I'm not going to date anybody that says they are Nigerian. No.
Not all Nigerian people are bad, though. Let's put it out there.
No, the truth is, I'm not saying they are bad, but if you don't stay where I stay, I can't even communicate with you.
No, you can date Nigerians in the diaspora, but I mean, it's not like, see, this is why I say evil they have no nationality, they have no gender. Okay? It's individuals. This is the way I see it. Thank you so much, Nike, for sharing, and I hope that God will perfect your healing.
Thank you so much for your program. You're really opening people's eyes. I'm not the type that get on programs like this, but I'm like, you know what? I need to come and tell my own story as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Take care. Yeah.
I want to, from our point, I want to, point out something she said. He said that the man, when he came, he said, I am God fearing and this and that. I've seen that most of the narcissistic men and marriages they come from church. They use this religion sentiment to get into all these ladies, to penetrate them and all the like. Like I used to tell people, I said, I am not God fearing. People think that I'm being blaspheming. I said, let me tell you something. That God fearing is a scam that we Nigeria perpetrate everywhere. And let me explain why. Because I don't have to fear God to do the right thing. It just should be natural to me. Why should I? Because when you say you're God fearing, then you're living under it means that if there's no God, you can do whatever you like. But I want to say, irrespective whether God is there or not, I just want to do what is right. I want to build that value system that I don't have to say, oh, God is watching me somewhere before I do the right thing. Because we work among the white people. They don't, when I first came, I don't even know when I walk.
They don't know God, but they are more God-fearing than all the Nigerians put together.
Exactly. I want to say, oh, by God's grace, the thing will come on, you're not talking to Nigeria. But over time, I've overcome it now. I don't even say all those things again. We have this kind of, attitude as in Nigeria. Or we always think, I see women online, I want the God-fearing man. Everybody claims to be God-fearing. What does it need to be God-fearing?
Sam, I think what we should ask, that God-fearing, we need to unpick it to know what does it mean. When you say somebody is God-fearing, what does it mean? Does it mean that they fear God and human being means nothing to them? Their partner means nothing to them? Because God-fearing, anybody can interpret God-fearing to mean anything. Okay? It's a very blanket statement, God-fearing.
Oh, yes.
Even God said that. How do you say you love God that you have not seen? When you don't love your neighbor that you see daily, you say you love God. Have you seen God? Who of us has seen God? But we say we are God-fearing. But the neighbor that we see every day, your girlfriend or boyfriend, your husband that you see. So that God fearing, you made a point there, Sam.
I'm not religious. I'm sorry, I'm not religious. I don't have a religion. I don't go to church. I don't go to the mosque. But I'm me, and I'm raising my children to be a good citizen within their community, do right, love your neighbor. You know, that's all I want. I don't want to raise them based on one Bible or based on one Quran.
So you
Just
are not
be
religious at all.
at all. I'm not.
You don't practice any religion.
Not at all.
But Sam talked about going to church.
I was born into a very strong Christian. He doesn't go to church anymore. He stopped going to church since.
Let me
You
tell you about
converted
that.
him.
I
Omo-Tee,
don't
you
know.
converted him
It
to
wasn't me.
you're
It
not
wasn't
going
me.
to church. Hey,
It
Listen,
whoa.
wasn't
Hey,
me.
listen.
whoa.
It wasn't my wife. Listen, 2 years before I left Nigeria, I stopped going to church because I've seen a lot of hypocrisy in church, and I've seen what church has turned into. I have seen that. Now I call church a business center. That's what I tell my parents. I don't want to people that are religious to be offended, but that is my own opinion. I
Yeah.
still watch. I still watch a program online. I listen to Daddy Freeze. I listen to the Dr. Shola. I watch them online, but I don't go to church anymore. You can't find me in
Yeah.
the church. I have
All
not been
right.
to church since I came to this country, Nigerian church. But I've been to Anglican church at a time. There is one Anglican church, white church close. I've been there for some time, but later I stopped going. But I learned a lot watching videos. It's not only those three pastors I mentioned. There are sometimes I will just stumble on a particular pastor that I don't even know. But when I would listen to, I say, "Oh, this guy is making sense." There was a time I was listening to a pastor. I wanted to make a comment, but eventually she was talking about marriage. He was talking about women being so submissive, this and that. I was so furious about his message because all the message was about attacking women, that women should be submissive, this and that, because if you leave your marriage, you will never get another. I said, what kind of nonsense message? These are the people that ruin marriages
Let me tell you
because they make,
something.
oh,
You know what you are,
yes,
Sam? You are a feminist.
yes,
You are a feminist, and it's a good thing. Okay? I told you the
yes,
other day.
I've been accused of it severally.
Yes,
My
it's a
friend do
good
say
thing. No,
it
no, no,
because,
don't
mm,
feel ashamed. It's a good
mm,
thing. Thank you very much for believing in equality. Thank you for not believing in the suppression of one gender.
Yep.
Thank you very much for promoting, that women are not lesser as human beings. Yeah. Even though in a Christian marriage, women believe that God has ordained or God has given men that position as the head, doesn't mean that every man out there is your head.
Raise your
Okay?
head.
It's only
Mm-hmm.
within the bounds of marriage. That is the Christian belief that I know. Thank you very much, Sam. We really, really appreciate you. Temi
excuse me,
T.
somebody is asking a question here. Rita Asari says, "Sam, what would be your advice to me, a single mother raising three children, of which two are boys, and I'm training them to be the best boys to men?" So, like I said, I don't, my only advice to her is that to let them have a mentor, like a man figure.
Yeah,
I know a lot of married people be scared of, their husband being friend to a single mom or this. But if you have anyone that that they can look up to, they can be looking up to that person from afar, maybe online, listen to messages and all those stuff on how to be a good man. Because I've seen some single mother complaining that they stop going to church because when they talk to a man in church, their wife will be looking at her. Do you want to take my?
funny.
So you
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
That may not be easy in this part of the world where we live in. That you see a man, a good man that you can say, oh, my children can look up to this person or that.
Mhm.
But you can try as much as possible to encourage them to listen to some of these people that I've talked about, that I watched a video on how a man should handle our marriages.
Or
There is
behave in
a
society.
behavior in society. So that is my only advice for her.
Lady B,
And if he
the
has,
video.
and if he has a family like a brother, that
Mhm.
that is very responsible. The way you can also make sure that they spend time with him, learn
Yeah,
from him. That's a
yeah,
family. At least the wife will not accuse that you want to take the husband. So,
yeah.
Lady
mm,
B,
Omo-Tee, you
the
wanted to
video.
say something?
Yeah, the video I
Mm.
shared with you earlier, it's
Mm.
about what it was done today on the View in Nigeria this morning, and the guest on the show was Lanre Olushola. I think he's a
I know
I
him.
can't remember.
He's a life coach. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Go and listen to that program.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go and
Yeah.
exactly what we are talking about tonight is what that guy said today, and he
Yeah.
unpacked everything. I would recommend people watch that.
Yeah, I know Larry
Program.
Olushola. He's
Yes.
brilliant. Yeah, I
Oh
know
yes,
him.
it's fantastic. The program he did today was fantastic. Oh God,
Yeah.
so much
All
nuggets.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we got Temiti in the studio.
Hello, Temiti.
Hello,
Hi.
Temiti. Dr.
Obodoyinbo
Temiti.
TV.
Hello, Dr.
Yes, like
Temiti.
I'm feeling you,
I want
man.
and only
Like
GP in the building.
I'm feeling you, man. First of all, I'm so happy to be here tonight. Omo-Tee, yeah?
Yeah.
Omotola baby, let me just praise you. Omotola baby, you correct it. Like I'm feeling you. Well done, babe.
Thank
You kind
you.
of I love the way you talk, you understand.
Mm.
You very factual. Empathetic at the same time, though you try to come off as a hard girl, but
Very hard though.
you got that
Some
soft
Nigerian women will
corner.
have some Nigerian men will have problem with a woman like Omo-Tee.
No,
Thank
she's
God
got a
for
soft
Sam.
core. She's got a
Mm.
soft core. Like she reminds me so much of myself, and
Wow.
and she's like when you see women like this, it gives you that hope, especially coming from Africa, that are very strategic. We want to help our partners move forward. You understand? We want to build a good future for our kids. We want to think in that way, especially that thing you talked about, that generational wealth, man.
Wealth.
You bust my hair like Twali. I give you yeah so much. Greatest Ife. My bros. Star.
Great Ife. Are you
We
also
sing
Great
for Una
Ife?
today.
Yes, so
Yes,
Igbo
so
family,
Ife. We
Borenis,
they represent
Omo.
here.
Amaru boy.
Yes, bro. I'm so happy that you're here tonight. And I
Mm.
really love the fact that you've come to really speak your truth and also to mentor other men. Some men might not comment, but trust me, they're listening in. My husband is here and he's just so motivated. And I was like, you see, you're not the only person. You even have someone that beats all the children. Like, we're doing anything special. Yeah. So my hobby and I, essentially what you guys are doing, that's what we're doing. Everything it's all about communication. Communication is very important. And
Very, very.
please, females, please, when you are dating, when I was dating, all those wrong gone men, some guys, once they say so, move. There's no time to build any relationship before emotions come into it. You say one small thing, it will make sense. Just move. Please. You understand? God, and just be factual, be true to yourself.
Oh
Please
yes.
run away from all these churches. You can go to church, you can pray. But when it comes to decisions in life, and then you now go to all these pastors, they tell you that brother is good, that sister is the one, and all that. To me, that doesn't work at all. You can go to God. There have been times that I was looking towards God for some things. I remember I wake up at 3:30 a.m. early in the morning. I'll pray till like 5. You understand? Instant, and the thing worked out. Please,
Oh
you can
yes.
go and pray to God yourself. Please stop all these churches. This person will say this. Both of you are made from heaven. Yeah, and maybe the whoever the preacher has just
Just
one
come.
person. Yes. Please, Joe, please, guys. I'm so happy about this couple tonight. Like, I'm feeling you guys.
It's
Like,
gingering you for you to join.
You've
Ha,
given me so
The thing
much.
Temiti.
about
Like,
us is we are both ourselves. There's no forming. I'm me. He knows me. I don't. My body too. They hot. I don't get time for.
Somebody they
Yeah,
hurt
my,
to
my, my husband
Omo-Tee.
is the kind of calm person, and everybody, he's rubbed off on me too. You always have to be reasonable, be like, babe, you don't have to say this, you don't have to, you don't have to be too harsh, yeah, and it's true. You just be like, okay, yeah, it's not right. Yeah, just so communication to make everything flow. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, most men or most Nigerian men or African men have that thing, especially when the woman you're saying, do this, if this is your career, do it like this, do this thing now. You don't plan ahead, be like, are you trying to control me? They all
Thank
have
you.
that thing. But there are ways we go
Control.
about it.
A
Yeah, and
control.
so
I'll be demanding for respect. If you have to demand it,
yes.
you
Yeah,
have to
even if
end
they're
it.
not saying it, you see
You
these
not
are
end
things like,
it.
are you trying to control me now? Oh, it's for your own
Control.
good, Mr. Uncle. It's for your
Calm
own
down.
good, Yeah. So essentially, I just want to say I'm enjoying the program, Sister B. Keep up the good work. You're doing
Thank
so
you.
much good. Yeah, especially for African marriage, Africans generally in diaspora. Sam and Omo-Tee, I'm just all my prayers towards you, your family,
Thank you very
and all
much.
your plans
Amen.
to work out
Thank
as
you very
planned.
much.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
I
Amen.
Thank
really
you.
love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Keep
Thank
up the
Thank
good
you
you.
very
work.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Thank
Keep
you.
Timothy.
going.
We
All right.
appreciate
Another
you.
Sophie.
Yeah, my ducky. My only
Another
ducky.
Sophie.
another thing we do, because growing up we didn't get to travel, the world. So what we do now is, since Corona happened, we've not been able to travel. So I'm taking my children to see the world, to give them the memories. We plan holiday. Last two holiday we went, it was Sam's idea. Oh, he wanted to go to this place. Okay. You made a decision. Okay, I didn't do the planning until the day we left. We got to the airport. Everything was smooth. The second holiday we went to before Corona, started. So because I've been there before, I said I wanted to
You
go to
are
this.
living the dream. You are living the dream. You are living the Oyibo life, not stuck. You know, some people, Omo-Tee, let me tell you something. And by the
Yeah.
way, if you guys want to log off and watch now, that's fine. You've done
No,
your
we're
bit.
good. We're good.
If
Don't
you're
worry.
good, yeah,
Yeah, we're
okay.
good. Yeah.
We are good. We are
So, you
good.
know, some people, they are here, but their soul is still in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
They are here physically, but their spirit and their soul is in Nigeria. All they think
Lady,
about is
I'll be
Nigeria,
asking my
Nigeria,
husband, when
Nigeria.
are you going to Nigeria? You don't want to go to Nigeria. Tell me, what did they do in Nigeria? What is there in Nigeria?
I've not been to Nigeria since I came in 2015, and
No,
it's not that I
it's
can't
okay.
go.
I love going
You
to
know,
Nigeria. I love going to
I've not been.
Nigeria, but please, your life is here. Okay? Your
He would
life
rather
is
go
here. Your
somewhere and
children are
enjoy.
here. Your
He would rather
future
go
is here.
somewhere where he can
Mhm.
spend time, enjoy, spend time with the kids, have family holiday.
Mm.
We do that. We try to, create that memories for the children. That when I was young, we went there, my parents took us there, we did that, we did that. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I got you. What do you have to say?
Hi, I'm a first time caller, and
Yeah, you're
Oh, good.
welcome. Where are you joining
Welcome.
us from?
I've
So
been I've been watching your program like about 2 weeks now, and
Only
I've been seeing like a lot of negative thoughts.
views.
So I'm so excited today to see this program,
Mm-hmm.
and it's positive. I'm also positive. I've been married for 12 years, and
Hmm.
I live in Europe. I live in Finland with my husband, and
Finland. Mm.
yes,
I hear it's one of the best places to live in this part of the world.
one of the best places to live, and education is free. Place is neat. Raising children is good here. So we have been here anyways, and this couple, I really admire the fact that they have this strong communication. That was one of the things that really helped my relationship or my marriage, because I met my husband when I was 21. I was young, and he brought me to Europe. It's the other way around. When I came, before I came to Europe, I was already living like I'm in Europe, in Nigeria. Everything I used in the house, he brought them for me, telling me about everything about Europe, how Europe is like. So he always like put me in the picture right from the beginning. So there was never a time like I was in the dark. And he always listened to me. He adores me. Like anything I say, he reason like, okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, we're gonna give it a try. So he has never said disrespect or
He
things
listens to you
a
when you
lot.
have a suggestion.
Exactly. He listens to me. He so much believe in me, because when I met him at 21, when we were talking, he never believed my age. He was like, oh my God, you're so smart. So because of that, anything I say, when I advise him, he listen, and at the end of the day, we get through to it, and everything comes out well, and he's happy. So we've been like that. And although I don't have friends, sorry, I don't keep friends. Relationship at work end at work. Nobody comes to my home, and I don't visit anybody. So my children and my friends. So that also helped me in the marriage. So communication. We talk. We can say one story over and over again, even if he has told me the story before and he's telling me again. I will listen like I'm just learning for the first time.
Hmm.
So that thing really helps. Communication is a strong key for
Hmm.
any relationship, but even if it's
Thank
a
you.
boyfriend and girlfriend or marriages, when you have good communication, you agree to disagree, and don't let your what the couple said about their what Olu said, that their grudges doesn't go to the next day, which is really good. Like our own, we don't sleep, we sleep over it the next morning, we're already talking as if nothing happened.
Yeah, you don't keep malice. You're not
We
keeping
don't keep
malice with
malice.
each other.
No, we don't keep
Yeah.
malice with each other. So that's really so I'm happy to see to hear from this couple. At least I've been hearing some negative news, and I'm happy to hear to see people like this that's they
Yeah,
are still
they
in the
are positive
program.
ones. Yeah, we
Exactly.
got a
So
lot of
I really
positive ones
admire.
as
That
well.
was why I decided to call. So
Thank you.
I
Thank
have
you,
to leave.
Sari.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a
You're
wonderful
welcome, sweetie.
bye. Yeah.
Bye bye. Yeah. So we got positive ones, definitely. It's just that, uh, we try to listen to the negative ones too so that people can learn because a lot of people jump, they
Exactly.
make mistakes because they don't know. Like the lady that called from Canada said, she fell because of pressure, because of so many things
Yeah.
like, oh, marry, 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 marry. So, yeah, you can learn from both the positive and the negative. Depends on what you are taking from it. Okay. So it's possible to learn from both. Thank you very much for that. Issy, I got you.
Hello, Auntie B. Good evening. Can you
Hello,
hear
Good
me?
sweetheart.
evening.
Yes, love, I can hear you.
Yeah. Uncle Sam and Auntie Omo-Tee, thank you
No, don't
so
call me
much.
auntie. Just call me Omo-Tee. I'm not auntie. Oh, please, please,
Hey,
please, please.
this one
Ah,
is
I have
a
forgotten.
Oyibo.
I have
Please don't
forgotten
call
that
her
you are an
auntie.
Oyibo
Just call
woman.
her. Don't even call her Mr. and Mrs. So just call her Omochi.
Omo-Tee is fine.
Okay. Yeah, I've forgotten that Oyibo woman. It's the same thing I
It's
do to when
Oyibo.
people
She's not a
when,
Yoruba woman. This one is Oyibo woman.
yes. The
Mm-hmm.
same thing I do to when they call me from Nigeria and they start calling me Auntie Esther. I say, please just call me Esther. I
Nigerians
can't
have
do
a
the same
problem
thing.
with you telling them not to call them auntie. How dare you not allow them give you
To call you
respect?
auntie.
Yeah.
Oh.
So thank you so much. I really learned a lot in as much as yes, I'm married to someone that is not Nigerian, and what you did or what you are doing, I can relate very well. Yeah, because that's what we practice because it's from another background. And being that I schooled in the UK, I've also learned and unlearned some things and tried to leave some things behind in Nigeria. And one major thing I took away from today is this planning towards planning for the children. I also thought of that. I receive child benefit here. Yeah, for my child. I opened a separate account for her. And my husband was like, "You are the one in charge. Just it's your responsibility. You are the one with the child. So just take care of it." I'm so sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
She's making noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's part of the stakeholders, so it's okay.
Yeah.
She's
She's
a
like,
member. That baby is a member of this Obodoyibo TV because every time the
Exactly.
mother is calling, he's always trying to say something. One day
yeah,
we are going to give him microphone to join
Oh
us.
yes. Oh yes.
exactly. Yeah. So I opened an account for her, like just let the money just go in there. I was watching Auntie B's the one video she uploaded today. I was listening to it and I just cried with what the lady went through. The lady in Germany.
Yeah, she's
I
coming,
was
by the
just
way.
crying.
Yeah, I booked her. I booked her. She's going to come on the 10th of August. I booked her. Her story,
Okay.
eh?
I was heartbroken.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
crying
There's a lot of
because
negative. Unfortunately, in our community, I must say, a lot of women, 80% are enduring marriages. They are not
Our
enjoying.
culture, our
Don't be
culture made it
deceived.
so hard for women. You know, we
Mhm.
we are currently we've been suppressed. We are seen as second class. Not we are not valued as a woman. That's
In
the way I
fact,
say it.
it is even hard to be a woman in this world alone than then get into a marriage and now you know be oppressed, be suppressed, and encounter all form of this, abuses. Is
Abused.
terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrible because as a man, when I see, I there was a time I made that comment on Facebook in the comment section. A lot of people, women say, "Oh, there is a man that can even think like this." I said, it's difficult to even be a man in this world because number one, you are abused in so many ways, and the person that also needs to now love you and show you that there is some form of humanity in we women is your husband, and
Mm-hmm.
making life difficult for you is a very very terrible thing. And
Yeah.
women
I
we need to do better.
yeah.
We need
I
to.
had a woman called me this morning at 8 a.m.
Wow.
I don't pick that phone because I have to get ready. I can't spend all my time on the phone. But when I didn't pick, she started sending me messages. Auntie B, I don't know what to do. I've locked myself in the room. I cannot sleep. I'm in Canada. It's 3 a.m. I cannot sleep. I say,
Oh
hey, what
wow.
kind of wala is this?
Wow.
This is not a domestic violence hotline. What am I supposed to do? But the way she was sounding after she was not sending me a message, I had no choice but to call her. I was getting ready for work. Everybody in my house, it's only my husband was going to work. Everybody was sleeping. And I said, what is the problem? Then she started narrating how her husband has been beating her, choking her, doing everything. Police came and removed her. The man came and brought pastor. They begged. She came back.
Oh no.
Usual,
Oh
the
no.
usual story. Then now the man today said today they had an argument yesterday, and the man said, "I'm not going anywhere today." He married her from Nigeria. The same story, you know. I'll say how you will leave this house today. I don't know what to do. I have 8 months old baby. I say,
Wow.
hey,
Oh my God.
what are you
Oh
going
my
to
God.
do? Hey, I don't know what to do. I packed my things. He said I cannot take anything. He said I cannot take the car because they bought me the car. I say, you know what? Your problem now is not about even packing any load or whatever. Just leave
Just get
everything.
out.
Get out. Can you go somewhere? She
Yeah.
said, oh, I have friends. The friends that I called, they say, no. You see how our people are? Her Nigerian friend said, please, so I don't want wahala. You can't come to my house.
Hey.
It's a
Imagine.
Jamaican friend. Her Jamaican friend is the one that say, okay, bring your baby and come to my house.
House.
So I say, okay, call Uber, tell the Uber once they arrive, tell them if they don't see you in 5 minutes, let them call the police that you are fleeing
Police.
from
Yeah.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I talked her through it. I say, call me when you're in the cab. I advised her, I told her what to do. She managed to get just one small bag, took her baby. While the guy was downstairs, she ran. She said, she called me back later and said, Auntie B, thank you very much. I'm in the cab. Now, how did you do it? She said, oh, I took one bag because I couldn't carry anything because my baby. I said, okay, are you in the cab? She said, yeah. What did you do? He was sleeping in the sitting room and said, you will not leave this house. She was afraid that he was going to kill her today.
Oh, Jesus.
No
Oh my
joke.
God.
Oh my
When I
God.
say that people are going through something, I'm not joking. I mean it. We don't just come here because we want to shade anybody. People are going through a lot, especially
Love.
imported wives
Yeah.
that are brought from Africa. She's there now. I say, okay, go and sleep. It was 3 a.m. in Canada. This time I'm talking to you. 3 a.m., 8 a.m. here in the UK. I say, okay, we'll talk later. She's gonna come to the show. So
Wow.
this is
So
it. Go on, Essie.
wow, it's really terrible. And yes, I really I see all this all around me. That's why I just made up my mind that enough is enough. I knew all this when I was dating. So I just made up my mind that I'm tired. I can't be going through all this because I actually know this is not the future I want. This is not something that I want to continue. I will be struggling and, calling my parents or whatever. I just told myself it's better. Let me open my mind to other people coming from
People.
other background, you know. And I think, Auntie B, what I would say is maybe if you can also bring in someone that will talk about investment, like maybe investment in kids, just
People,
like the way
people are
Sam
not
and
interested in
Omo-Tee.
that, my dear. I've done it in the past. Don't worry
Oh
yourself.
my God.
They are interested in building a house in Nigeria. That's what people are interested in. Nobody's interested in our people. Essie, I love you, my darling. Don't worry. Mm,
Okay,
they are
okay,
not interested. They are not.
and
Trust me.
okay,
Anybody
okay,
that wants to invest, they know what to do. They don't. They are
Yeah.
not interested.
Mm.
They are not. People are
okay,
not interested in that. Thank you, my
yeah,
love.
okay.
Another thing I
Thank
would
you.
say that gave me my dependence mind is the fact that, I said last time that my parents and they separated when I was quite young, and I saw the struggle my mom went through. I saw the struggle she went through. There was no man. She had 5 children to look after. Although the oldest was was out already in school. So the remaining four of us, I saw the struggle. She was, everything. She did everything just to make sure that herself are okay. So now when I tell people that men, I mean, thank God for Sam, women we need to learn to be not
You don't even
independent.
call him Baba Beji. You are calling him Sam. Omo-Tee, you didn't even call him Baba Beji. The whole Baba Beji, you are calling him Sam.
My
Eh?
sweetie. So I've always been very independent minded that okay, whatever it is, let me just have something somewhere. Should in case anything happen.
Mm.
My mom left London in the 70s because of my father. What
Hmm.
happened eventually? He left her with 5 children, follow another woman.
You
And I
were
saw
to
the
a
struggle,
mojubo. Hmm.
and I saw the struggle that woman went through. And that has gave me that independence that you need to, whatever it is, no matter how much you love your husband, have something doing on the side for you. There was this post I saw on Instagram today. The man said he will never allow his wife and children to fly business class and above with him because they do not contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that kind of statement?
Mm-hmm. A lot of men do it. I know
Negotiation.
somebody here. I know somebody. I say thank you very much. Let me let you go because I've got some other people waiting, so I can add them. Thank you, love.
Okay, yeah,
Mm.
thank you. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
SA.
All right, sweetie. So I know a man here. He flies business class. He will put his wife and children in economy. Mm-hmm. Yanko. Yeah.
You can still put your children in economy, but your wife, why would you want to do that? Because I have listened to interview of
If
this
if
virgin
why
guy.
would you put
Uh,
anybody in if you can afford economy,
no,
all of you stay in economy.
no,
If you can
this
afford
virgin guy.
business class, ha.
Let me make this point. There's this Richard Branson. He
The
said
owner
that he
of
doesn't
Virgin
allow the owner of Virgin that he doesn't fly
allow his
business
children to
class with
fly.
his children to fly business class. They are
They
always in
have
the
to work
economy, but
for it.
he and his wife are always in business class. He said there is something he's trying to teach them. So
Somebody
that is
that
why
has airline is flying
Airline.
business
yes,
class.
yes, he put the children in economy, but he and my wife are always in business class.
He said they have to
So
work for it.
it's he said they have to earn it. They have to work for it because he doesn't want to give them that, luxury from childhood and make them believe that everything can just come on a platter of gold. They have that is a business that is meant for adults, and he always give them it. When they get to 18, they are making their money. They can buy business class ticket. That's his own argument anyway.
Adewale, I've got you. We're rounding up now. I need to let this couple go because we agreed
Okay.
for an hour and a half and we've done
Yeah.
almost 2 hours. So 2 minutes.
Yeah. Good evening, Auntie V.
You're welcome.
Uh, good evening, Mr. Sam and Omo-Tee. I
Good
don't know.
evening.
I don't know if I should call you Mrs., but you said we shouldn't call you Auntie. So
Say,
I'm
Omo-Tee is
just
yes,
okay.
going.
our tea is fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a question for Mr. Sam. Like growing up in
Okay.
Nigeria, as guys, we saw our fathers be breadwinners of the family, and this might upset some people, but they had huge egos. How do I say that? That's just the truth. And growing up, we as guys, we just sort of, how do I say, we took up those egos as well. Even sometimes when something happens to me, my ego just flares up, and I always try to control it. And it's always like it's a struggle for me because it's something I learned from my dad. And I think you also talked about a time when you first came to the UK, and like you and your wife were
Okay.
having arguments, and you also
Yes.
had this ego flare up sometimes, but you
Mm.
just briefly said it went away when you started making money. So how did you manage it when, like, between the period when you came and the moment when you started making enough money? You didn't really talk about that, so that's the question I wanted to ask you.
Okay. My ego did not go away when I started making money. My ego has already went away even before then.
When you quit
It's
Yeah,
his
yeah, I
job
so
in
know.
Nigeria, that's when his ego.
No, I mean, I'm
so
just talking about between that period of when you came and like,
And how
because
you
it's
okay.
stabilized. Yeah.
like it's
Okay.
something every African man struggles with. Like, I just, how do I say,
Okay.
it's just
Like I
something
said,
we learned from our fathers and our grandfathers. It's, I don't know.
like
Yeah, you understand what
like I
I
said,
mean?
yes, when I came, that my the first, I first came, me and my wife, we always have this argument. I have this ego. We say, is it because of your house? But over time, I mentioned that two people that watch the videos online on YouTube, and I've watched
Change your
about their
perspective. Yeah.
change my perspective. In
Yeah.
fact, this person that first change my perspective was DSA. I listened to his series on family, on relationship, how he worship his wife and this. you know, it was strange to me. I've never heard it from, you know, even anywhere in the churches. They always say, women, obey your wife, do this.
Be your
But
husband.
it was doing the opposite. That, you
Mm.
know, he sees the wife as, you know, the way all those series. I watch all those series and I listen how women come to, you know, share the experience, how they be abused. I was so touched. I have this empathy. And over time, watching those videos developed me because I take time to go and watch all those videos personally. You know, those things are the things that really influence me. And I was also on when they come online on Facebook and this Pastor Shola Jordan Adioye, he also these people don't know me personally. I have not even sent them any email before or
Mm,
complain. I just watch the
mm.
videos and I begin to, you know, learn a lot of things from them. How you relate with women, how you know, and I also, you know, make conscious effort. So I was just intentional that my marriage will work. Before I got married, I've always said that no matter how difficult a woman I marry, no matter how my marriage must work. I have
Mm.
always said it that before I even got married, no matter how the woman is, it's going to work. Let me give you one example. A friend of mine confided in me, told me that the wife cheated and is going to break his marriage. He called me. He didn't tell anybody. I was the only person he told. He said, it's not that the wife cheated. The wife was even cheating with another boyfriend. As in, it's like two boyfriends. You get it? That was when he saw the message. I said, he told me. He said, it's not. It's the marriage is. I spoke to my friend for 3 months. You know, to 6 months. I keep telling, encourage. I said, he said, what will I do if my wife does that to me? I said, I will forgive my wife. I said, although I've not experienced it, I know how difficult it is, but I think I'm going to forgive my wife. He said, no, he said, if it is a man, and I said, but you have had girlfriend before now. Is it because your wife didn't know? I know. He
So
now
it's
said,
cheated.
that,
It's cheated.
yes. I said, so I know. So what do you want to be telling me? He said, but I am a man. We are African. Man can do it. I
Mm-hmm.
said, man can do it. I said, but he didn't catch me. But man can do it, even if she knows that. That I said, no. So I spoke to my friend extensively. And today they are back together. They are back together.
He was able to
You
forgive.
know, yes, he forgive because I spoke, I said, I'm going to. He asked me if it is me. Because I was able to tell you I'm going to, and I said, I am, this is what I said, you have gone a long way to, you know, end this relationship. Your wife has realized her mistake. She has move on. Actually, he said, I'm the only one. I said, don't even tell any member of your family, please. I beg,
Mm.
I beg,
If
don't
you tell
tell
your
them because
family, it will never end. It will not end.
exactly.
They will do
It will never
family
end.
meeting. They will call all the
Exactly.
molebi and do a meeting on
So
your wife's head. Mm.
and they are settled. And they are settled. They are fine. This thing happened about 3 years ago. And they are all back together. And that is, you know, so it is just it's a conscious effort, like I said, to develop myself. Because
Yeah.
when I stumble on those videos, on Facebook, and I started going to their YouTube channel to go and watch all the series, the message they preach about family. I can tell you, most of this their own message is radical, is opposite of what Nigerian pastors speak about marriage. They always not preach submission
Sam,
to women. Only women.
Sam,
They don't
yes,
talk to men.
we know that, my brother. Don't bother. We know. Thank you very much. Sheun,
Mm.
you are here, but your connection is not good, my dear. I'm afraid I cannot add you because it's saying your device is not connected. Try and connect again, okay? I cannot add you. I'm sorry. So we're rounding up now. I've got Miracle. Hello, Miracle. You got 2 minutes.
Hello, Auntie B.
Hello,
Hello,
sweetheart. You're
everyone.
welcome. Yeah.
Um, I just want to salute the couple that have been giving us the good vibe. I feel like I want to go to the altar and say I do right now and start all over again. You know.
Other people, when we share
Ooh,
that story, they are thanking God they are single. You are thanking God, babe. It's time now. It's
yeah.
time now. I need a man. God, give me a
No,
man like
Auntie B,
Mr. Sam
marriage is
Olu.
a good thing. The Bible says marriage is a good thing. It's
Oh,
a
When
good
you
yes.
find the
thing,
right
you know.
person.
And
Yeah.
just listening to them, you know, I want to go to the altar again and say I do. I'm
Mm.
married. I've been married for 8 years now. But I'm married. I'm a broken woman. If I say I'm a
Wow.
broken woman, Auntie B, I'm broken, but
Oh.
I'm really broken. Not my husband, but I watch. I'm even shaking while I'm talking. I watched
Oh
Sister
God.
Dupe's testimony when she was talking. I'm not a Nigerian. I'm a Cameroonian. I live in the United States, but I follow you like my life depends on your
Oh.
YouTube channel. You know, it encourages
Mm,
me.
mm,
You know,
Oh.
I have been that child that was given to live with my aunt. And to be, I have a long story. Even a bishop, I've been to Nigeria, a bishop that slept with me and disvirgin me and
Oh
told me
God.
it's an honor for a man of God to sleep with me. If I tell
Oh
anybody
God.
I'm going to die.
Oh God.
oh my God.
Did you marry
And
a
to be,
Nigerian or you grew up in Nigeria?
no, I grew up in Cameroon, but he always comes. And to be, a churchy, I've been a churchy kind of person because of so
Yeah.
many things.
Yeah.
From the age of 6, my aunt's husband was molested. I've never told
Oh.
anybody. Like,
Oh
I've
my
never
God.
had the courage to tell anyone. Even my husband doesn't know.
Oh God.
Right
Wow.
now, I really need advice from you guys. I need somebody to really talk to. You know, I really need someone to talk to right now. I sent you a message on WhatsApp. Maybe
You did?
sometime.
When?
Yeah,
When did you send me a message on WhatsApp?
just like 30 minutes ago. Like
Okay,
right now, we're
I've
on the
not seen
studio
it.
on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
So
fine. I'm going to respond to you. I
I
will.
got married to a wonderful man. I won't lie to you guys. He's so wonderful.
Oh.
I'm 37. My husband is 65. And
Oh,
Jesus.
the reason I got married to my husband, because I don't know if it's the reason, I don't know, but I've never been drawn to a younger guy. Um,
Is it because
my,
of the bishop?
I don't know if it's because of the bishop or my auntie's husband or my other
Oh
cousins
God.
that have been molesting me, that have been growing up, and they'll
Oh.
tell me not to talk
Oh.
And he is
because my
significantly much older
mom,
than you. He's 60
yeah,
something years old.
and to
Oh my
be,
God.
I don't know how to put it, but I don't know if I say secured. I don't know what is.
Are you still married?
I'm still married right now.
Okay. Miracle. This is what we're going to do. Okay. I'm really, really sorry about, I can feel the pain and I know that you are in tears and my heart goes out to you. I'm really, really sorry. You are not alone. That's one thing you have to know. If you've
Yeah.
Yeah,
seen, like you said, you've been following the show, you
yeah,
know, not only Dupe, you will know the
yeah,
story of Ada and
yeah.
so many other women that have been here and the
Right,
ones that are yet to
right,
come, the ones that
right,
are lined up to come. You are not
Wow.
alone. Okay?
right, right,
You are not alone. But you know what? It is okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
right.
All right? It's
Yeah.
gonna be okay. So
Thank
what
you,
I'm gonna
Anthony.
do, I'm gonna respond to your message. Yeah. Where do you live? You live in what country?
I'm in the United States. I live in
Okay.
Ohio.
I haven't checked my messages because I was at work
Okay.
and I came back home and then I started the live show. So I haven't had time to check, but I will respond to you and then we'll talk. And if you want to share, then we'll bring you back. Is that all right?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you.
So
going to be
sorry
all
to
right.
hear
Let me
that.
tell you
So
something. Let me
sorry.
encourage you with something. Somebody said one very stupid thing. You know how our people, how they know how to talk anyhow.
Right,
Auntie B, you keep bringing these women here. What is the whole point of bringing them here? After the show, what is the plan? The people that do nothing are the ones that are always opening their wide mouth to talk nonsense.
right,
But you know what? By the grace of
Oh.
God, we are not only creating a community, we are creating a support group.
Support group, support system.
For all the
right,
women that have come on this show, by the grace of God, not me, I don't take I don't take any glory for it or any recognition. It's just by the grace of God. All the women that have come on this show, including Victory that came, she was the last person that came before
right,
today. There is a support group they are creating because as soon as the show is over, people are saying, I'm in Ireland. My story is similar. I can help her. What can we do? They are creating little support groups everywhere. In Canada, we had one in Germany, we had everywhere. There's support groups of people coming together to
right,
support people that are coming to share on this platform. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the solutions, but you know what?
right.
Collectively, we are able
Collectively,
to
we
make
can
a
run.
change.
Yeah,
All
Thank
absolutely.
right.
you.
So,
Thank
Yeah,
you so
Miracle,
much.
don't worry. Hold your head up.
yeah.
Okay. You're
Please.
gonna be
Thank
all
you so
right.
much.
You'll be all
All
Thank
right.
right,
you.
sweetie.
And
I'm
God
sorry to
bless our
hear.
couple.
Take
Thank
care.
All
you.
right. I'll
Take
come
care.
back to you, okay?
Okay, Auntie B. Thank
All
you.
right. Take care, my love.
Oh wow.
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 Omo-Tee,
Mm. I'm shocked to
yeah,
the
you're
bone.
speechless now. You cannot talk. We said today was going to be a day that we'll do happy marriage. Still, we've had two women now that have come. I'm telling you that there's 80%. One woman sent me a message. He said, I've been suffering for 34 years. I say, hey, this suffering, when is it going to end? A lot of people are going through stuff. So you know what? When you started and you say, I'm not a marriage counselor, I say, I beg, you're a marriage counselor. You and your husband, you are the cocoa of marriage counseling that you should even start coaching people. I'm telling you,
Oh
it's
wow.
not about training. It's
Mm.
not, but it's about learning your lived experience. I'm
Yeah.
not a therapist. I'm not a coach or anything. I'm a social worker. This is what I trained to be. But you know what? You have some lived experiences that make you qualify because of your experience to be able to say, okay, when somebody is going through this situation, you will be able to give them advice. You're not telling them
Advice.
what to do,
Yeah.
but you see what, Sam, you and Sam, you are dropping some serious knowledge here tonight. A man that will come here now and watch, I will say, this man came from Nigeria. He was able to learn, he was able to change. Maybe me too, I can change. Some will learn, some will not learn. Some women will
Yeah.
learn, some will not learn. That's just life.
You say he's a weak man. He's a weak man.
Oh yes, Oti Jeffo.
What is
That's
that
it.
for?
That's our way now. Oh Jeffo. Common sense sisters and solution focus. Oh yeah, I welcome you to the fold. I
We are
welcome you.
here again.
I'm saving the best for the last. I welcome you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you want to do Ojoro because Omo-Tee came today, now you try to show off and meet Big Brother. I'm not happy.
Auntie B is beefing. Auntie B is taking something.
I'm
personal.
beefing,
She
yes.
Big Brother just now.
Everybody don't they look for an assist because of Big
allow-
Brother. I know Greek come.
Allow her complain. Auntie B. Auntie B, we're listening to whatever complaint or admonishment you want to give us right now. You don't
Because of Omo-Tee now, because if you're not a person, I don't come quick today.
you don't finish.
Yes, I don't finish. I the verse.
Make a greeting now. Make me greeting now. Honorable, beautiful, Auntie
No sweet talk me. No sweet talk me, Jare.
I
know
talk,
for.
you don't know what they come after what we talk now.
Ella, you guys don't know how this thing did. No, jokes apart though.
Auntie now.
Ella and Yo-Yo, you know the lady who call me today from Canada where they talk say call me 8 a.m. You know what he tell me? He said, I thought about Common Sense Sisters, but they live in Toronto. She was thinking about you people to call you in her situation today when she lock herself for room. Not joke, oh. But I noticed I play with they play for here, oh.
Wait now, we they come, Auntie, we go come. You know how we they do those things for our own common area now. Not everything we gather for here.
Okay.
You know,
so man, I just leave that BBI Nigeria. What if you now with BBI Nigeria?
Wait. Now we they ask you now, say you don't. I want you to upload all the vaccine now.
I don't finish. I'm done.
Someone won't respond now. We not go really want ahead. I want to take this live stream. How the host go they beg make una click the like button? What did they worry on now?
I told those of now we go they ask where is the like button.
What did they
Use
worry
the
on now?
opportunity to Google it. Google where can I find the like button?
You know what you go do?
If
In time,
or WhatsApp, una go they
time,
forward
please make this show members only. If you don't pay, you know if you enter. And what you go do?
I don't wait till they worry Africans so because when we they go live stream for Oyibo people channel, they know they tell it to they like the button. They know they even they talk and people go just they like the thing go they rise like Gary when they sweat for a bar. When they worry now. Some people go come the live say it's my first time calling and all those things I've been watching you for years.
No, they go say I'm not subscribed. I'm not subscribed. Now that one.
You're gonna talk with pride. You can't be saying that. How can you be coming here? You say you're collecting nuggets of wisdom for free. Then you know we can't subscribe. You're not doing well.
They're gonna tell me say I'm not subscribed to your channel.
They're not supposed to talk that. That's some things you go keep for your shares. Another thing. Another allegation be say make we first of all, I will go do now. The allegation of Big Brother is very essential because Auntie B, common sense, they flow in different DC. The personalities where they that house it's upon the issues we're talking about.
What's it concern for Nigeria? I'm gonna leave Nigeria.
Auntie B, Auntie B, your level not even reach for Big Brother. As in where we hold you before Big Brother,
it's not changing.
Reach.
It's
So
not
be
changing.
Big Brother. Now walk.
We're
Now,
very, very
seriously,
busy.
Okay,
And
yeah,
coming
I
into this life,
understand.
and just narrow escape. Now I see
Yeah. Now the time
because
difference now.
you
The
know,
time
say you
difference
talk
between Canada and here.
yeah. Auntie B, 6 hours. Oh, so your night
Yes.
that time now, our afternoon for you.
But another thing be saying, plus, say you talk say we go promote this Sam and Omo-Tee now. So we can't shock now when we can't say okay, maybe we just say that for you. Just say they come online today. Because say we they reserve these people now.
Promotion.
But maybe now let you get reason why you bring them to show.
No, I don't understand now. For the last video, I understand saying that today Omo-Tee go come with Sam.
We never want to watch the last video.
I talk now. Because I don't discuss with them.
Yeah, and we don't know. Anyways, greetings, Honorable Omo-Tee and Honorable Sam. Na pound one we go send through British Airways, but British Airways now the pilot with the 20 years.
Ukulenu now we go use passport. Ukulenu is Ghana pound wine. Now we go use the shoot.
We highly appreciate you for coming to this live session, for your time, for sharing common sense, for answering all the difficult questions, even as Auntie B the drill on now. I like as the drill on now with all those tough questions. We appreciate you people both so much. We really appreciate you. All on Nigerians know the year word. Don't call somebody uncle. When I go to call Uncle Sam, now people where they collect loan, collect bank.
Exactly.
No, they call Uncle Sam.
Just call my name as you see on the screen.
Uncle Sam na IRS.
Yes, Uncle Sam now people when go collect loan for college now. When they want pay back, they go still have to pay to Uncle Sam. Don't call him that. Omo-Tee don't say she wants to be identified as Omo-Tee. No, they pull Mrs. They dash people title. Another thing say. We never marry, but waiting with the notice about these people, these two amazing people, we say they are both solution focused. Because I go borrow your name for this one. They are solution focused. Sam is a seeker, and it's a seeker of things that will help himself and his family.
He's a seeker of knowledge.
The man they seek knowledge there. He's a compassionate person. He's empathetic. And you know why we say he has so much common sense as a Nigerian man? And specifically say Nigerian man, because he say, I look at my wife like my sister. I wouldn't want anybody to harm my sister. So nobody.
Words on Mabu. I bet wanna clap for Sam.
Yeah. Now common sense. One of the things
or
he
his
said.
daughter too, or his daughter.
Or his daughter. Exactly. Exactly.
If men they look their wife as their sisters, they don't go they hurt them. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. And also Omo-Tee with her nuggets of delivery. A personality like Omo-Tee, I can 100% relate. They are the kind of people where we say Nigeria go they say their mouth too sharp, now they control man, now they do. Because you know the going, not everybody go feel understand your star, and you don't need to explain your star to everybody. That one
everybody explanation.
Exactly. So you go just to carry your life. They go. So we really appreciate you now for all those words of wisdom. And the lady when called just now when they cry, miracle. Your testimony will soon happen though. We appreciate you for calling in. It's not so you get the boldness, You call in, you started talking, then you were also bold enough to be vulnerable because you are in a safe place. Miracle.
Absolutely.
You there or higher, we go send you ice cream for this your boldness. Gas carry vaccine. So we really appreciate all those people that have called in. We thank you, Omo-Tee. We thank you, Sam. We thank you, Auntie B. Auntie B, no matter you know where with us, not be here to be settled. Now you know.
Later. No while. Common sense. Solution focus. Every day Omo-Ye go change from solution focus to Omo-Ye. No, we don't call her solution focus Omo-Ye.
Solution focus Omo-Ye lawyer.
Omo-Ye. We got you, sweetie. We got you, California.
Solution focus. Now it be now. I don't change her now. Now they see the thing for screen. They report now.
They see
so. Yes, Obodooyinbo, because you like that name, you not fit give
like
every time they say Omo, you don't make for your eye now. As you think solution to focus, you just think Omo-Ye. Now in the course.
Because I like Omo-Ye too. I still like Omo-Ye the name, and I like solution focus. So now solution focus.
And you go do Omo-Ye privately. Solution focus now for the Obodo farm. Omo-Ye private.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, girls.
It is such an honor to be here, present here today. I have to sound formal, first of all. It is an honor and a privilege to be in the midst of such knowledgeable, amiable, wonderful, humble, intelligent, learning and unlearning couple I have ever met. Omo-Tee, Samolu, 20,000 bozas for now. Una too correct. Oh
Thank you, my
my
sister.
goodness. As una don dey talk, my belly just dey sweet me for here. E just dey sweet me. I say because una come run go gym for my lunch hour, I say, may I go? I need energy to listen to more of this nuggets. Now make me dey hyper now because of una. God go bless una union o. Bad
Amen.
thing no go come
Amen.
between una o. Abeg.
Amen.
Make we dey hear good things about una. As una don start and establish solid foundation, make una dey carry and go for front like that.
Amen.
As Sister B talk, because you don't have to be a licensed marriage counselor to drop knowledge on people, because there are people that are listening to you, watching you. Do you understand? And they want to know how are these people making it work?
How they doing it? Yeah.
How are they doing it? Sometimes na lack of knowledge na dey kill some of us. So it go good, abeg, make una come together as a couple, because marriages are in trouble. When they grow up, marriage na something wey people dey carry with what's that noise coming from? Sorry.
Omo-Tee, I don't mute Omo-Tee. Okay, maybe they listen.
Okay. So as you know, as all the knowledge when they provide like that, if they fit gather people, they encourage people, they drop down knowledge for people when they married, when they don't know which way, which direction, it go they helpful to them. I really enjoyed every person that spoke to them. That woman when I call, when they cry, make she know say she not there alone. As she don't find this channel, her problem is
solved. Yes.
It's solved, because he get people when they go listen to her, when they go come to her aid.
Oh yes.
So make she not feel saying at the end of the world, not
She's
be the
not
end.
alone though. The support not be here. The support not be here.
Exactly.
So I mean, don't even know say I get people for Ireland. Victory come 2 days ago. Come and see people texting me on WhatsApp. Sister B, please. Auntie B, I want to reach out to Victory. I can't tell Victory. I said people want to reach out to you. Say, Auntie B, people dey Ireland. I say yes. They can't tell me say problem for Ireland there. Victory on a small. Now so Victory can't get support group for Ireland. You see what God can do?
Exactly. When you speak, come out.
You know what a support group is? You have a group of people around you that will call you, they will check on you, they will make sure you have all the right information, they will make sure that you have the knowledge. Everything you want to do, you can call them. That's what support group is.
Exactly.
When they say people, even people when they get addiction, when they go all this AA meeting, whatever, they know they do any magic for them or not talk.
No, now the same thing they do right now, that they do. The same thing. They're not now. They're on the time 2 minutes. You know, if you do past 2 minutes, not be like they'll say 2 minutes. You do 5. You do 5.
Yeah, number time.
Now you make super chat. Maybe they use that super chat because all people don't understand. What do they get for free for year? People they charge for in thousands.
Oh yes.
So look, una know they stingy. More una release the money so that the money will come back to now.
Some go see contact me. They say, Auntie B, I don't want to come to the show. I just want to talk to you. I say, I beg, I not be marriage counselor. I not be therapist. If you want to looking for somebody to talk to, go meet a therapist to talk to. Now only this show me know.
Exactly. And that video when you post yesterday, I watch them. Oh my God. Now so my heart just they break into smithereens. It just they break. I say Jesus. People they go through things. So and you know what's in there? Everything when person they go through, this life not straight for everybody. The important thing is say when you go through something, you come out of it stronger so that you feel encourage other people and so that you will learn from inside. Common sense sisters. That movie that you people recommend.
Which one? Which one be that? One that Jamie see?
Finding
We don't tell you the
hobby.
film already now.
What be the name? Finding hobby.
Finding hobby.
Okay, I don't
Finding
watch
hobby.
am.
I was hospitalized at the end. I sent on a message now. I
Eh,
think someone said
you?
sisters. I was
Finding hobby.
hospitalized.
Yeah.
Wait.
We dey tell people say our common sense, they collect the magnet from all the whole universe. As long as we dey alive,
Therapist is not cheap. To
we
go
go
therapy,
pay.
when I tell you I want small gist now, we dey close now because I must let Omo-Tee and
Auntie
Sam
B,
go now.
carry they go. We are okay. Tomorrow they work from home. So maybe
Now somebody can send me message say, he won't talk to me. Now talk say you won't come show. He say no, you don't want come show. Say just want talk. If you don't go meet another person. Now one of your mentors, Sam, what do they call him? Pastor Shola. He don't go meet him. He want talk to her. Pastor Shola come say make come therapy. Pastor Shola say come therapy. He no agree. He say come pay £200 to come therapy. He can't run. I said, why you run now? But you know time is money, right? You know time is money in this part of the world. If you work, they go pay you per hour. Even if you be cleaner, they pay you. So you expect Pastor Shola is not your friend, it's not your relative, it's not your cousin. You expect him to listen to you. To a body. What do you do for therapy? It's not be talking, they go talk for them. You expect Pastor Shola to listen to you for 2 hours, they talk your problem for free. I say no. You know, go back. He just wanted somebody to talk to now. Say,
Auntie,
why would people do like this
look
now?
mirror.
Auntie,
Let them go look mirror. They talk to mirror.
Make I give you one suggestion. Next time when all those people, because some people know they respect, say some people they go school for this kind degree, for this kind thing. Next time, any person when you call Auntie B, when they tell you, say come and share.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk to you.
Just want to talk. We get solution for those people. This is not the solution for those people. Go take your phone. Begin to record yourself, the video yourself, then post it on YouTube.
Exactly.
Post it on YouTube. May they go collect StreamYard. May they put StreamYard for the channel where they go open. Then they go see where they go they talk to.
Apart from that, say in case they want to say I'm not getting internet, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in outside the world though.
Especially people from Nigeria, they sabi do that thing. Once they just see my video, they send me message. Auntie B, they call me immediately. They call me. I want to talk to you.
Auntie B, they give you what do you call this automated response? Please go to the mirror, the nearest mirror. Whoever you see for the mirror, begin to talk to the mirror. If you not get mirror,
no. Talking seriously, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk serious. Our people, they are very, very funny. Okay, we pay money for our tires. We pay money for our houses, or rent, or whatever. We pay money for everything. We pay money for parties. We pay money for all sorts of nonsense. We pay money, but when it comes to our own development, our own mental and emotional health. Okay, wait now. Now, Dr. Adeshola come here that they come talk to us seriously about, user manual.
Yes.
People are not contacting me. I want to do user manual. Now, Dr. Adeshola, because she's not even the one that is doing. She has a therapist. It's her therapist that is doing it. I don't tell our people saying at $200. All of them they run. Some people are saying, I didn't know it's that much. I'm not ready yet. That's
let them go school now.
This thing is 5 hours. The therapist is going to spend 5 hours to help you to write this thing, and you expect him to do it for how much?
For free. Or for God
free.
bless me.
Auntie, that's what they call entitlement mentality.
That's what our people have.
And Nigerian and Africans, or like Nigerians, I think, and Nigerians think that they own you. Some Nigerians, not all of them, they think that they own you and your time. So when you tell them no, they cannot understand. They go, they play.
Some will get upset. They'll get upset. See, Lola, you guys remember Ola and Lola?
Yeah, I remember.
We are going to bring Lola. They said time you spend in a bad relationship is definitely worth more than money. You can get money back, but you can't get that time back.
Common sense.
Absolutely.
And some people will come here and tell me that, Auntie B, if I've seen some of this video, I will not be in this Mongo Park situation I'm in now.
Exactly. No, that's
if those people didn't come, you think it's easy for somebody to come here and share their deepest pain?
That's why I don't subscribe to when people say a lot of negative stories. No, don't say that. Those are people sharing their experience.
And if
you watch the video to the end, there are callers who call in to have the
solution,
give solution, and speak positivity. So every story is very, very important. Look at Omo-Tee. She looked at her family background. Look at what her mother went through, and she made the choice that no, I don't go live this way.
I not like this route. I go take another route, you know. And she did it. And then Mr. Sam came in too, and it's like, okay, whatever it is, that one even make commitment to himself. Say no matter before he even marry, say whoever he marry, he go must make and work. And because of that mindset, you see, in they spread the gospel. When I mean gospel, I mean the good news, the truth to your friends and everybody around. Remember how some good men came here and to be, you were telling them that, make una they encourage on our friends now, make una they talk to our friends.
Yes,
Mr. Sam is the first person to come on this show to say that he talks to his friends about all these things. So that's very, very encouraging, which means that he's sharing the good nuggets around. So all these things where they tell people, some people go know the solution to their problem. They go, they come here, they ask nonsense questions. So how will I do it now? You tell anybody before you enter inside. I don't know.
Thank you, so beauty, Jare. Somebody said I'll definitely pay to speak with Auntie Bridget. I'm not even asking anybody to pay, oh my dear. I'm still telling people to even just come and share so that people can get all the advice and people can learn. But still they'll say, no, I just want to speak to you in private. Please, I'm not speaking to anybody in private going forward. If you want to come on the show, you're welcome. If you don't want to come, go to a therapist. You are very welcome.
That's
exactly. And that's why look, $30 super chat is nothing, man. Because I know how much I'll have to pay a therapist if I needed to go sit down with a therapist and listen and learn and get some ideas from a therapist. Guess what? I'm paying for that. I'm paying for that time. And it's 45 minutes to an
time
hour.
Is money. Time is money.
Clock. Once 45
time is
minutes
money.
Like this, bam, you go say my time is up.
People are earning £50 an hour here. People are earning £100 an hour here. And you expect people to listen to you for hours, and you don't just even come. I don't want people to know.
And also they go talk.
Some go ask me whether I fit change their voice.
You buy technology to change. That's what we are saying. The entitlement mentality. The thing is that Nigerians don't know how to receive no. Anyways, with the common sense system, it's very easy for us to no. It's our middle name. We they say no like water when they flow, and whatever your opinion is about your decision, auntie, that's entirely their business. What they think
common
about
sense sisters. I try to influence Sam with that no mentality. Learn to say no. It's not every time you say yes. Learn to say no.
Yeah.
It's even easier when you say no first than to come around and say yes.
That's why you stop throwing money around. That's why you can close on your first house now by the grace of God.
You see?
If you didn't know how to say no, you would dash all that money out because you cannot say no. I tell people all the time,
$200 for 50 minutes in Canada.
Yes, that's how much for therapy.
50 minutes.
$200 for 50 minutes. Hello. I mean, again, this is not, we're not trying to limit whatever you have, you give. It's just an encouragement for, Obodooyinbo TV, because she's doing such a wonderful, she's doing such major construction on our minds and helping people. She also is growing. We're all growing. We're all learning together. Not one person has all the knowledge. So let's help her.
No man is an island.
We want to get her up there. Look at the kind of couple she has brought today. Wonderful people who would not want to have a marriage like this, where you have a man that listens to
so
you.
sweet.
Marriage
is so sweet. The children are not running away from their father. They are running to him and say, Daddy, I'm hungry. Now Sam will go to the kitchen and make food. Omo-Tee will be watching TV.
Now Sam now we they call alpha male.
Super daddy, super husband.
Exactly. King that's raising queens and princesses. A king that's raising princesses that will become kings.
Today he's taking them to the library to go and get more books to read. He's taking them for a bike ride. He took them to a shopping center to have a walk around because is in between jobs now. So those things to him is like second nature to him. So quality time, exactly.
So, quality time and creating those memories. Very, very important.
Before we end, Omo-Tee, give us dash us your knowledge before you leave. It's not your final knowledge, but for now.
For June 29th.
In Jesus' name, as Princess you say.
Amen.
Yes.
Like we've been saying all day, communication and just in project management, you collaborate, you work together. It's not just individual, you work together. That's what has helped us. So and most times it's not like I go to him for his approval. When I'm doing something, so I just say, oh Sam, what do you think?
So yeah, that's good because it knows that whatever decision is fine. It knows whatever decision I make, that is it. I've never had any regrets. It's never had any regrets. So for me, like I said,
Because you are not selfish. You are not
I'm
making
not
decisions that will suit you alone. You are
absolutely
thinking
no.
about the family.
The family, exactly. So for me, I don't have anything get to say, but collaboration and communication is the two key thing that I would say if you can imbibe into your relationship, they will definitely, serve you better. That's
Omo-Tee,
just
before you leave, let me ask you one dodgy question here. Do you initiate? You know, sex. We didn't touch that one. Do you initiate?
that one that sometimes I do, yeah, but not all the time.
Eh. So
Uh-huh.
everything is good in that area. No concerns.
Look at that means, yeah, it's good.
Omo-Tee is shy. Oh. Omo-Tee is shy.
And that part, I'll be honest, you can do better, but for now, we are still managing. 3 children, you're tired, so yes.
You're not saying no. I'm tired. He's cooking. No, what are you tired for? He's cooking and cleaning. You have no excuse. Eh? Thank you, Omo-Tee. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
sweetie.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. God bless you. I
Thank you
really
so
love
much.
you guys so much. So much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, I'm coming to you. Thank you very much for coming. And I want to take, what do you have to say to your brothers and sisters out there before, I let you go?
Okay, on the final note, I want to talk on, my wife sometimes make a lot of decisions and she just come and say, that's fine, absolutely fine. There was a post I make a comment on Facebook. They said, your last relationship or your former girlfriend, why did you leave her before you get to a new relationship? And I make a comment, I said, I make one comment that a lot of people come under my comment section. I said, I left her because she doesn't argue with me on anything. She doesn't have any contrary opinion to me. I can't marry a dummy who will just be nodding to everything.
Agreeing.
If I say jump, you say how high. So some guys will say, what do men really want? Every other person, your own is just different. I said, one of the things that attracted me to my wife is this. When I came there and came on holiday then, when we talk, the engagement,
she challenge you. She challenge you mentally. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's psychosexual, like solution for.
Yes, she challenged me mentally. So, somebody that can make decision on your behalf when you are not there and you know that it will make a rightful, informed decision. So I said, the relationship that I talk about, I said, that was because this person does not even ask me if they say, oh, do you want to, what do you feel? It's fine. Whatever you have done is fine. There is no contribution, nothing. No matter how ridiculous it is absolutely fine with. So I said, no, this is not good for my future. I want somebody
your growth.
Yes, your growth. So my wife has really
because
challenged me.
She cannot think outside the box. If she's just a yes woman, everything yes.
Exactly.
She would have just encouraged you to give all your family all your money out without somebody like Omo-Tee that will say no. You need to learn how to say no.
Exactly. And now, all my life, nobody has so much motivated me like my wife. She has been, my support system, encouraged me. Sometimes when I want to give up, you say, no, you've started this training, you must finish it. You must start, doing the CV and all those stuff. She's been very supportive of me. Now, let me talk to the men that will now watch this program after. So my own message is to the men. We as men, we need to do better. You need to make conscious effort to make your relationship work, your marriage work. You need to develop yourself. There are so many material on YouTube. These are free. You don't even need anybody to talk to anybody. I've never spoken to any marriage counselor in my life before I marry or after, up till now. But I watch videos. I learn from people from afar. I'm not even I want to for marriage counseling or this. No, me and my wife, we didn't do it before we got married. And we have not done it up to today. But we're getting better. So as a man, you need to, there are resources online. YouTube is so big. You search, you see a lot of material that can help your marriage, that you can listen to. You can even, watch people from afar and learn from them. And if you need to talk to them, there's nothing bad in it. The fact that I don't talk to people before I improve on myself does not mean that will be your own approach too. If you think that the best is to open up and say, and you get the support you need, you can. But like I said, the way I have done on my own is to go online, listen to these people. I've seen that their messages really resonate with me. I can see that the message is very well balanced, not the one-sided that will be saying women should submit, while men will be doing all the nonsense. And and I was able to learn, and I was able to improve on myself. And I also have so much confidence in my wife when she wants to make decisions. See, in our family, my wife do all when we want to do anything, paperwork. The mortgage we are working on now, I only contacted the mortgage broker. I handed everything to my wife. I said, anytime you want to call, you want to sign document, everything, just give it to her. She'll just tell me, okay, how far? I will just how far? What stage are we? She's the one that tell me, we are okay. I've not spoken to that guy in like a month now, but we've gotten the approval now. And I just handed everything over to her. And she's been doing it perfectly. When we're going on holiday, my wife will do everything perfectly. And women too also need to communicate with their partner. On the final note, let me say this. Recently, in this lockdown, my wife paid off we have a loan that we collected. We signed to this holiday club. So they give you a loan, and then you'll be able to go to as many holidays as you like about 6 or 8. Then you'll be paying instrumentally. So I was shocked when my wife told me during this lockdown. I said, I want to pay off the money. I said, where do you have the money? He said, we have money. I said, we have money. Where? He said, since the lockdown, the children are not going to after school club because we pay £600 for after school club for the 3 of our kids every month. I said, so I've been sending those money now because we didn't reduce. I didn't reduce how much our bills. I was still paying the same amount, and I said so, and she was paying. He said, so we have extra money that I can pay you. My wife paid off £4,000. I didn't. No, a penny did not come out from my pocket. So all the money, all the savings, everything is in my wife's, because I know I don't have control over it. The moment somebody brings a story from Nigeria, I'll be so, and this person is suffer, let me just support him, but see, the money I've never saved I work in the banking industry in Nigeria for 9 years, but within the last 5 years that I've been in UK, it will be 6 years in September, I have never saved that kind of money in my life because my wife made it possible. We put a standard instruction. So the moment the money goes into that account, she handles it. I don't have access to it. I only have access to one I save for myself. Those are the ones that I used to, give people in Nigeria, especially during that lockdown. That my wife would say, "Wow, why do you spend this so much money to people in there?" I said, "People are suffering now. I need to help them." But like she said, problem no they finish. That's it. And that's my final. So men, we need to do better, develop ourselves, try and support our family. It is just for our own good, and it's for our children, because we are trying to lay a good foundation for our family.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Sam. Clap. Guys, I beg, be clapping for Sam. Clap. If we clap from now till tomorrow, it's not enough. Wow. What a man. What a
People
good
say
man.
you go cut that small part, post separately.
For message to Nigerian
men, from a Nigerian man, from an imported husband.
The way I did that, Mr. Osage Omba.
Yeah, make the title from an imported husband so that go click. Beware. Put them at beware. Message from an imported husband.
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you, Sam and Omo-Tee. You guys have made our evening. Everybody's smiling. We are so happy. And it's not only Sam, there are some men out there like this. But like I said, all you ladies out there, some of you that are still seeking, you are lucky. Select them. You see beans, if you want cook beans, you go select them small, they remove the stone, you select them, and so it be. There's good men out there.
So that they tell me, don't
select. Now you know what you pick your beans well. No let pressure. You hear the woman where come from Canada, where pressure, family pressure, let them go enter the one where you won't collect in pension. It will not be your portion. So yeah, Common sense sisters. Oh yeah, hit me. No go end.
This now
Auntie B.
You want to talk?
Yo.
Talk one before I go cut this okra. The only pressure when I feel accept now the one where they say they pump car tire. Yo. For me, as an unmarried, beautiful young lady with common sense, and what I take away from this amazing couple is that what you hear, don't listen to it. We ladies that are waiting, what you hear, don't listen to it, which means that you have to it has to be tested. So if somebody they come, they tell you, say words that you like to hear. So maybe, for example, there are some ladies that have written their 1 to 3 what I would like in a husband or whatever, and then you go come already know they discuss, then the person go they fit the manuscript, you go call it to say, oh, the Lord has answered my prayers. Meanwhile, we're in the disguise. If somebody tells you say they be God fearing, let that not move you. If somebody tell you that they are kind, let that not move you. If they say they are financially responsible, let that not move you. Let
See
anything
it for
be
yourself.
let it be action. Let it be action based, right? So even if you they get affection, but may your affection not run over your common sense, because that's the reality that you're going to live with. That's what I take from these people. And the second thing I take is that from Mr. Sam is that himself and Omo-Tee, they perfectly complement their strengths and weaknesses. And it comes from their final words that Omo-Tee said, communication and collaboration, and him himself seeking for a partner at the time that we engage in a healthy debate. So which means that when we identify our strengths and our weaknesses in relationship, if the other person is better than us at it, we have to allow that person thrive in that their strength, because it's going to help the commitment of the relationship. That's another thing I took away from Omo-Tee and Mr. Sam. My own takeaway from this restaurant of common sense is number one, if you are not familiar with something, for example, some people have the life story of they didn't grow up with love, they don't know what love looks like. So you have two types of people. There are people who were hot growing up, and like I said, they don't know what love looks like, but they made a cautious effort to seek that which they never received. So that means, for example, we have Ada who came on the show. Ada gives a lot of love, but she didn't see that growing up, but she chose that path for herself. But you have the other second class of people that they've never received love. They don't know what love looks like. You know, they
manifest.
They manifest that. They continue because they say they give the excuse of, oh, I never knew what this was like. This is what I saw growing up. You know, so in that situation, I would call it a flimsy excuse in the 21st century, because, like Sam said, there's so many information
resources.
Resources. So if you want to change, there are good and positive examples out there for you to be able to utilize. You don't need to come and tell somebody, or you don't need to speak to somebody first before you know it in your mind. You know, change comes from within. Another thing we say, person when won't do good thing, go choose them by himself or herself to say, I as an individual, I'm going to choose to be a good person. This is like Sam was saying, regardless of what religion or spirituality or whatever you are, I as a human being, I choose to see every individual. I always tell my sister this, every individual by virtue of their humanity is a human being and must be treated with dignity and have all the rights allocated to them with full respect, whether no matter how young they are and no matter what gender is. So Mr. Sam and Omo-Tee, they've come here and they are like the embodiment of the common sense couple that we've been speaking about on this platform for weeks. So to see two people like that are living abroad, that they were able to change their mindsets of what it was either in Nigeria or what it was growing up. They decided to carve their own path in life and to raise those children that will become bona fide citizens of the world. It's really, really, really an applause to them, and applause to the Nigerian society, because as they be good Nigerians, so anything will happen for UK when you good, and they see a trace saying that Omo-Tee do am, saying that Mr. Sam do am, we go say, we know these people where they are the good Nigerians, they are the good ambassadors, and they are raising positive citizens of the world. Thank
you so much, sweethearts. I appreciate you guys always. I love you guys, you know that. Thank you so much. Without you guys, I feel you when you are not here. Okay. Solution focus.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I was just enjoying the roundup by Common Sense
They
Sisters.
recapped it so nicely. I don't have to say anything again.
In fact, I don't even know what to add.
There's no book. There's a big book.
I'm
These girls.
telling you, be like,
Just a big book.
it be like say they say old wise people in a young body.
Body.
Neither
We accept it.
I'm telling you.
We
I
accept
beg.
her. We accept her.
Mona continue. I dey learn from Mona Sadeye. So me, I be learner of life. I know they know. I know they arrive finish. So I dey continue to dey learn. You waiting me go. My takeaway. The first thing when it strike my heart. Now the humility of Mr. Olu. It takes a man with that level of humility, not be look down, no, humility. He put in talking ego aside. He say, you know what? Let me learn and unlearn. I'm in a new territory. I want to learn and see how I can do things better. That is the mindset. It is not more than that. You know, girl, we all came from dysfunctional homes. There's nobody that came from a perfect home or abroad. Nobody came from a perfect home. You have to choose the path, the course you're going to take in life. If you come from a home where we say, okay, this everything, you go tell yourself, say, no, I don't want this for myself. I'm going to do things differently. We all arrive there at different times, but acknowledging those things and determining in your heart that this thing I must do it different. I want to make my own life different. Another thing when I notice, be say they think generationally. They not just they think about themselves. That is one very rare thing amongst us Africans. Nigerians, let me be specific. We know they think generationally. We always think of the now and the here. Then the children, whether they suffer for the rest of their life, no concern them again. Exactly. How they want to build mansion, how they want to do this thing for their village, how they want to help all the village people. Now that they think about. Meanwhile,
sorry. You remember that man when he come here once upon a time when they told us about the how he take marry, how everything no work, he marry the second one, and he go Nigeria, go marry one, when that one said that they get problem.
Yeah, that medical guy.
After that show, he can't send me message. He sent me the what the architects they call her when they design house. When they design the house, the
blueprint. I've been
the blueprint. No, not be blueprint. The house they don't design already. Like not be the main building, but you know the design.
The plan.
The plan. Yeah. If you see the massive house, it be like White House. When he said this is the house I was building for us. I say, where is this house? He say for Nigeria. For where for Nigeria? Not be Lagos, no, but I'm not even sitting their place for East. I just shake my hand. I say, it's a good thing, no, my brother. It's a good thing, but you know what? This is not priority for women these days. To whether you build house or you build house, there is not. It doesn't matter the house that you have or the money that you have. How do you treat me? How do you make me feel?
That is what counts. Exactly. At the end of the day, that is what matters. And, to Common Sense Sisters, they made a very, very salient point. Treat everybody because guess what? Christ, according to the Bible, died for all. Christ did not just die for only Christians. Contrary to our popular way of thinking, he died for the world. So that means the ones that believe like you, the ones that do not believe like you, the ones that are doing opposite things, Christ died for them. Okay? Everybody has different ways of getting to their source. You leave them, no judgment. Treat every human being as, first of all, human. Is the person human?
Nobody care about your household. Nobody care. It's about how you treat them. I tell one lady the other day, I say the man is so successful. I say, for the mansion one they stay, can you sleep? He say no, they feel sleep. Now I say, then it no matter.
Exactly.
It no matter. If you dey one room and you can sleep, you are happy. Your marriage go dey sweet. But you dey mansion, but every day go back.
Exactly. You dey cry inside Louis Vuitton and use Fendi bag.
All the rooms in the mansion, they go they run up and down, they fight.
They usually practice boxing with Mike Tyson because you get fight with Mike Tyson. So he go use you as punching bag.
Yeah.
In preparation for the fight.
Yeah. It's
you know.
unfortunate.
So it's unfortunate, but I leave it here because I know it's been a long one for you, Obodoyibo.
Now
But
1 hour. I tell Sam and Omo-Tee say we must do only 1.5 hours today, but it still reach
it's
3 hours.
possible, kò
It
jẹ́
still reach 3 hours.
possible. It's too sweet. We learnt
It's
a
too
lot.
sweet.
Are
It's
you
too sweet.
kidding me? It's
Now
so
wow.
refreshing to know that there are people like this out
Yeah.
there. It's not like they are rare. They're out there. They just have to come out and share. And I want to
Honestly,
encourage
I,
them
I was
again,
I wasn't
please.
expecting anybody to even come and share today that they are, they have issues. But you know what? It's okay. This is what the platform is all about. We
Yeah.
appreciate.
Exactly,
Welcome
exactly. So
everybody.
thank you very
Mm.
much, Obodoyibo. You know,
Thank you, Solution Focus.
you remain a wonderful and
Beautiful,
lovable and
sweet.
continue to be great.
This my
You know,
sisters.
now
This my
up.
burros. Oh, thank
Mm.
you.
Anybody,
Up,
Do well.
I
yes,
Thank
beg.
you well.
anybody will
Thank
Love
try
you
to
you.
dim your
guys.
light, we go send NEPA give them. They don't know what they're doing.
PHCN now,
Go
now
send NEPA
PHCN.
give them.
Yo,
PHCN.
yo, Kim say they go send NEPA, go give am.
We they protect what
Hey,
we love
Now
now. We they
thank
protect what we
PHCN.
you.
love.
Love you
That's
well.
just it. Thank
Thank
you,
you, my
Omo-Tee,
darling.
and thank you, Mr. Sam, and thank you for your willingness to stay longer because you desire to share good things. We thank
Thank
you for
you.
not being stingy with your knowledge. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being selfless with your time. Thank you
Thank you.
for always obliging Auntie B whenever she said, "Oh, I know it's 1 hour," and I will hear Omo-Tee say, "We will wait." I will hear
Wait,
Sam say,
yeah.
"We will wait."
We even thank their children
We
for
thank their
borrowing
children
us
for
their
borrowing us their
parents.
parents.
Before we started,
Thank
Mati,
you.
they tell me saying, daughter, they say, mommy, you're always in a meeting. You're always in a meeting. So I say,
No.
hey, I won't take you away for too long. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Now we
Thank
don't do
you.
3 hours. So thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
my conclusion on this matter, it is my submission, ladies and gentlemen, that because Omo-Tee and Mr. Sam Olu are happily married, and by the grace of God, things are looking up for them, does not mean that you sisters or you brothers should be jumping to Nigeria to go and import anybody. Okay? In case you missed that, a lot of people who are picking this up later, you think that Sam is just an imported husband. No, they knew each other before. And don't forget that they all also said that when he got here, he was ready to learn. When he saw that his banking and all the knowledge, remember that uncle, that man go back for Island where he bring it thesis come. So they carry go interview. Any interview, want to go do security. You go show them, say, can you see? Can you see? I wrote this, That one know they work. When you come here, and this is what we've always said on this channel, when you come here, forget everything you know about marriage in Africa, learn. It's a new environment. It's a new life. You cannot conduct marriages here the way marriages are conducted in Africa. Kò lè work. Kò lè work. You just be keep wasting your time. You go fighting every day. You will not agree. Learn how do they do it here. Okay. Women contribute financially. Okay. If you are a wife, learn that. If you are a man, okay, so men help women here. Oh, it's not only women are the one that look after children. Women are the only one that do housework. Learn it. Okay? So, ọwọ́ kan ò gbẹ́rù dórí. This is what we know. Ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó bá lè ṣe fún ẹ. Two hands. This one doing their own, this one doing their own. Now they make the marriage they sweet. If you be man, you feel say, okay, I'm a man. You come with that, your mind, your upbringing from Nigeria, and you bring that mentality here. Sorry, it won't work. That's why people are struggling here. We need to unlearn. There's so many things you were taught in Nigeria as a man that I'm a man, so I cannot do this. It doesn't work. Kò lè work. Learn. This is a new environment. I'm a woman in Nigeria. Women depend on men completely. Women does not contribute. You don't pay a dime to the household. Kò lè work. When you come here, a man alone cannot survive. You guys heard Omo-Tee. You heard her husband saying that when he came, he couldn't even find a job. It was a tug of war. She was holding down the house, and she didn't make him feel inadequate. Rather, she was even telling him, you worked in a bank. How can you come and do this work now? I don't want you to get sucked in this kind of work. I want you to do something that complements your knowledge, your experience. That is a woman that promotes her husband. She knows the worth of her husband. And you men, don't be resentful if a woman is trying to encourage you to do better. Because some of you are stuck in this dead end job. All work is good, though, dignity in labor, but you can do better. A lot of men, When they come here, the reason they are so bitter and frustrated is because you refuse to utilize their potential because of the little change they are getting from that. It's meant to be a short-term job that you do to gain experience, to get into the system, but you became stuck in it and you refuse to move because now you made friends, you got small money, and you begin to go to Owambe and parties and you have small change. And then when your wife decides to go and promote herself and advance herself, go back to school and do everything and get a better paying job, your wife is earning 50 grand, you are still earning 10 grand. Resentment will build. Resentment will build over time. You say she's controlling you. You say she's doing this, she's doing this. She's not doing that because you refuse to listen to advice. So please be like Omo-Tee and be like Sam, that we're willing to learn from one another. Listen, communicate, be ready to make adjustment. Don't come with your mentality formed. And you sisters, before you go to Africa, go and import anybody. Check am well, oh. Check am, because they will show you a picture of who they are not because they know you are desperate. By the time they come here, I hope that you've seen the stories of ladies that have been coming here, and you can learn that going to import somebody, there is a lot of complication in it. 99.9 times it doesn't work. Yes, we have success stories like Sam and Omo-Tee, but are you willing to take that chance? You want to be a statistics? You want to join the league? So think carefully. Me, from the day one of this channel, I've always advised people, marry where you are. Yeah, we have people who said they met on Facebook and this is is the exemption of the rule. It's not the rule. Okay? The rule is that it does not work. Look around you. Find somebody that you can date and get to know each other. Women, do not be desperate because your clock is ticking, because of this, because of that. Amoye says it here all the time. Not be everybody go marry. It is better for you to be single than to be in some relationship that will finish you, strip you. Go and watch the video I posted yesterday. That one is just 10 minutes of 10 hours. The day that lady come, I don't know how we're going to suppress the story. I'll have to be jumping in and cutting out so that it's a lifetime of pain and agony. And you know what she said to me? She said, Auntie B, I was a successful woman in Nigeria. I was doing well in Nigeria. I left everything to come to Europe if I knew. So, a word is enough for the wise. Let us do better. Okay? Sam said men should learn to treat their wives like their sisters. Men are very protective of their wives, of their sisters and their mothers. Okay? If you are that protective of your mothers and your sisters, please, that same love that you show your mother and your sister, show it to your wife. Treat her as the weaker vessel. Treat her as the weaker sex. I love what the Bible says about that. It says, learn to dwell with them. This is one of my favorite Bible verse. I love it so much because there are too many heartbreaking stories out there, my people. Too many. How many won't talk? How many will go talk? This is one of my favorite one. It says, likewise, you husband, dwell with them according to knowledge. It didn't say you wife. Oh, say you husband, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor to you unto your wives, giving honor to your wife as unto the weaker vessel. No matter how tough we are, no matter how we can talk, we are still the weaker vessel. A woman will always be weaker. This is the way God has made us. As being heirs together. What's the meaning of heirs? Is joint partnership together of the grace of life, that your prayers would not be hindered. Finally, be you of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful. Be courteous. 1 Peter 3:7-8. So, this is my submission tonight. Unfortunately, we still have so many people out there who are suffering. And we give an opportunity because we believe that there is power in speaking. When you speak your truth, then God is already taking you out. And like I said, we are creating a community, a support system everywhere in the diaspora by the grace of God. The last lady that came here, as bad as her story was, now she has at least 3, 4 women who are supporting her in her journey. Some of them have been through similar. Some of them are, they are out of it already. They can encourage. They can, she can talk to them. They will understand. They're not going to judge. So this is what we are doing here. If you don't understand it, then it's okay. But please, let us encourage one another. No shaming, because in life, if you think you are standing, check yourself. Oh, tẹ́ni tó dé la rí o. Àmọ́ ẹni tó ń bọ̀ lọ́la. Let us be careful. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much for listening, my people. I appreciate you. I celebrate you, especially Mr. and Mrs. Olu. I know Omo-Tee doesn't like titles, but yeah, that's what you are. You are married. You are partners in progress. And by the grace of God, I pray that your marriage will ever be sweet and we'll continue to celebrate you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. As you know, the live streams are programmed now for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday. So I am back here on Thursday. Oh, today is Thursday, so I'm back on Sunday. Yeah. I am back on Sunday. And yeah, I have a lady who was practically running for her life today. She's coming here on Sunday to share her story with us. And I know by the grace of God that use all of you who live in that community is Alberta. Is it Alberta or Alberto? What do you call it in Canada? Somewhere in Canada there, Alberta. That's where she lives. That God is going to use you to support her once again as you've been doing. God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who gave a super chat. Give this video a like, a thumbs up, and please subscribe. And I will see you on Sunday evening. Thanks a lot for watching. I love you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Alberta. Yeah, it's Alberta. Yeah. So I'm calling on all the Canadian people to come out on Sunday night. Thank you, guys. Bye.